Hello. It is Friday night. Don't think I've ever streamed on a Friday night before. It is time for Whatcast. Let's get into part 2 of the Jeran and OTW debate. Here we go.
An absolute master at the awkward fake smile. His eyes don't betray the pain he feels at his lack of self-awareness. South Pole is. And he cries like a bitch on his live stream. 7 people watch on YouTube while he blubbers about how he wanked to porn, and he confesses it to God.
And now, from the mean streets of Essex, England, this is Whatcast.
All right. This is Matt, and this is Whatcast. It is Whatcast. Someone give me some wank juice. It's Whatcast. So this is going to be part 2 today of this Jeran debate versus OTW. I was going to do the part 2 on Sunday, but I couldn't wait. I quite fancied just cracking on with it, to be honest with you. So I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it right now. Because I don't know how long. It says it's 4 hours. So hello to the chat. I see. Let's read out some names here. Do some of this bollocks. Yes, the wank juice funds are in. Yeah, the usual rules apply. The stream will be about an hour and a half. If the super chat goal is reached, it'll be 2 hours. And then we'll do some more shit. But I probably need it for this. So Roger, hello. JD, Jim Daniels, hello. I see Spin if you're still here, hello. Jeebus, you have to tell me how to say that name, hello. Colder, Big Fish, Jimmy B, Arnold, Crypto Roast. Sounds like cognitive dissonance to me, mate. Let's get that one out there.
Sounds like cognitive dissonance to me, mate.
Skip down the road. Mike Gurney, Cleavage K, Arnold, what it is, that's everybody in it. Why am I gagging? I need the W juice. Let's go. Let's get on to the live one. There we are. It's left exactly where I left it yesterday. For some reason the stream's Cleavage K. For some reason the stream is was fucked up there. Right, let's go. Let's crack on with this. I'm curious as to where this goes. I don't even remember the part they're talking about redrawing the polls. I think this is his video, OTW. This is his evidence about how the polls are everywhere. There's polls everywhere around here. Here we go. Terry Ford. Terry Ford is an Essex legend, by the way, if people don't know who Terry Ford is. Well, you won't know who Terry Ford is, but he was just like the local criminal.
As soon as you can no longer do that, then you can no longer believe in flat earth. And I get it. People don't want to leave their, here's my real feeling, is that along the way, you've told your brothers and sisters or your family or your teacher or somebody that they are morons. And now that here's Jeran saying that we were wrong, you're realizing, and your brain's realizing, oh shit, we were the morons.
Cheers.
And so that's very difficult.
Got a Britney Spears.
You would rather say Jeran's a liar. Jeran's a liar, and we're not morons.
That's funny you say that, because it's like coming out of cognitive dissonance and falling back into cognitive
Sounds like
dissonance.
cognitive
Yeah.
dissonance to me,
Kinda
mate.
Which is like, it doesn't make any sense. That would be like you know, you're just another level of the Matrix. In other words, you know, it's like every time you wake up to a lie, there's an even bigger lie out there waiting for you.
Correct. And so you have to pick the right lies to attack, right? This is what I mean by we would be getting somewhere. Okay, let's look at this. As a group, we came together and we said, hey, we think we're being lied to about the globe. A bunch of people got together. We started pushing it, everything. We were researching it. We're looking at it. We went and found out we were wrong. So shut the fuck up. We're done. Now let's get on to other things. There's still other lies that we can, but people are going to be stuck on this forever because they don't want to admit that they were wrong. And that is the opposite of truth seeking. That is the opposite of being a truther or a truth finder.
It's one of the reasons why I've never really fell really deep into like the flat earth society realm or whatever. I've always
What? So he declares halfway through that he's not really a flat earther, just kind of suspected. That's the usual coward's way. I haven't really looked at it like they go. These people, they go all over the internet sharing these ridiculous memes and talking down to everybody like they're an expert. The minute they come against anybody that knows anything about the topic, well, I haven't really looked at it lately. It's not really something that I look at. I'm more concerned about other things. Yeah, why are you constantly posting flat earth bollocks then and all of your social medias, you wankers?
kept my side on.
Because remember, we got into conspiracies and we all said, got to keep an open mind. You got an open mind. Well, flat Earth became the opposite of an open mind. It became you had to believe these certain things to be a flat earther, and you had to believe this, and you couldn't say this, and you couldn't go against this, and you had to believe that every event was fake. And all it does is it devolves into a point where you no longer have any connection with the truth at all. And that's really
it devolves into the left-right paradigm, or the black and white story, or the religious religion. Flat, right? Yeah. It brings everything into duality. I get that. That's one of the reasons why I actually unsubscribed from the idea, because of the similarities it had at all those levels, which I don't agree with.
Yeah, I think everybody should unsubscribe from it. It will never, mark my words, the Earth will never be flat. You'll never have something in the future that comes up that we now start thinking the Earth's flat, or that there's something changes in the world because of the flat Earth. That will never happen because it's not true. And so there's just no way for it to take over. There's no way for the flat Earth to become the go-to model. It will never happen. Mark my words. And again, people might be scoffing at that. Oh, just mark my words. It can never happen, because it would require then there being some explanation of the sun. Yeah, there's just no explanation. You can't do it. It's not possible. And that's kind of cool. I look at it as at least God created the world in a way that we can tell what we're on. When we got to the point that we were...
There is a reason that flat earthers suddenly don't debate anymore, and it isn't because we don't want to give those nasty globers any content, because you give us How can you say that? We don't want to give anyone any content, and then Twatzoid goes on a stream and starts crying about wanking to porn. You've given everyone content by doing that. That's better than any flat earth bollocks you could have done. The reason they don't talk to globers, normal people, anymore is because they know they have absolutely zero argument now, other than nuh-uh.
Able to start looking at things and mapping things and charting things. Well, you would get to the point where somebody would say, hey, how come down there I see the sun going this way? And somebody said, what? We see it going this way. And then they would say, that's a paradox. What are we going to do? We don't even know where we live now. And then somebody said, what if you put us on a sphere? And the person probably said, you're fucking crazy. We don't live on a sphere. They said, well, just try it. They did a little model and said, oh, shit, that does explain what we see. And they said, well, we don't feel it. This is why there's the struggle throughout history of them saying at first that we were the center of the earth, and then Copernicus comes on, well, maybe we're going around the sun. It's always been this slow progression towards answering all the questions. And we're at a place now that we can answer most questions. Can we answer the universe?
That always, so the Americans in the chat, plenty of Americans in the chat, yeah, right. But what nothing to do with the topic. It's just my random mind. Jeran just said towards, like when you say toward, like I would say towards, but how do you say it? He just said towards, right?
Questions? No. Do they know what the hell's going on? What's going on in space and what's going on in galaxies? I don't even think they know the distance to the planets myself. Okay, so I'm not totally on team space yet, but I am certainly on team globe. That the Earth is a globe, objectively, and you can go prove that to yourself numerous ways, as I've already said. And just
the thing is, though, if the Earth is a globe, then space is real, isn't it? Like that's just the two go together.
What I showed you with the lines of longitude, you have to remember that in the south, at 53 degrees south, it's 4 times off, meaning that in a flat Earth, the distances are 4 times more. If somebody got on a plane to fly from South America to the Falkland Islands, which is just out in the water there, 300 miles, they would die because they would have enough gas to get 300 miles, but they actually need to go 1,200 because everything in the south is 4 times too short. And that's what happens when you expand the world out like a pizza. is that you're not, the reality of the world is that it comes back together. Think about right now. I just want you to think about something. Sit where you're at right now and just imagine that if you're a flat earther, you believe that the world goes out in every direction away from you. Picture this. It just goes in every direction. But you know that that's not the case. You know that there's places that are closer to some people. Like, for instance, if you are in Alaska, you're closer to Russia than America or whatever. Everything. And as you expand out, the South would have to be the same, right? But it's not. The South comes back together, not expands out. The flat earth says that those things have to get further apart. Oh, you're getting further out, further apart, further apart. But yet, did you know that we can take a plane from South America to the South Pole in 4 hours, from South Africa to the South Pole in 5, and from from Australia to the South Pole in 6. So now I want you to picture again, all the lands going out away from you, everywhere that you know, Japan, China is all out somewhere. Now picture those 3 continents. They're going to be in vastly different directions. There's going to be one is going to be Australia, South Africa's got to be over there, and South America's got to be over there. Okay, now picture that from those 3 locations, they can each get to one spot in 5 or 6 hours. Think about it. A 5-hour plane flight is just across the United States.
Spin.
So that means that within that distance of the United States,
the thing is, that's always been the case. It's weird. I mean, I've spoken to Jeran about this. I might even message him and see if he wants to jump in here. But that's always been the case. Like the thing when you do the comparison of flights, for instance, and you would say Santiago to Sydney is a very, very similar time as New York to Tokyo, something like that. I think that's the 2 flights, and one of them on the flat Earth map, one of them is like a quarter of the length of the other one, but yet in reality they're almost the same time. That's always been the case. I don't know why Jeran ever ignored that when he was a flat earther.
All those locations, which are vastly far apart from each other, they can get to one location. Well, that only works with a convergence at the South Pole.
But there has been arguments when it comes to flight paths and the way that that they've been charted, right? And they do raise questions. Like there are certain places that it would make more sense for the plane to travel from one place to another to make it a shorter distance, but it travels all the way around the world to reach its destination. So I've seen those particular debates go on, and I've also witnessed the charts. So how is that explained?
Well, I guess I'm not really sure exactly what you're talking about. There's the emergency landings that Banjo did. His whole book is wrong because in every instance he takes a 2D representation of the globe and draws a. Can you still see this or no? I don't know.
There's nothing on screen right now.
Okay. Just saying, with the globe, if you picture a globe, if you just draw it on a piece of paper, it becomes a 2D globe. And so if you just draw a straight line, say you draw a line from Japan to LA across the Pacific Ocean, and then you say, hey, that plane should have landed in Hawaii. Look at the plane line I drew went right across from Hawaii. But that's a straw man because a globe believes that there's a great circle path which causes the plane to go up around the north, and so that's closer to Alaska. So that's why it landed in Alaska. So actually the emergency landings prove the globe unless they're drawn incorrectly, like Banjo did for every one of them. All 16 are drawn on a 2D Austin and I took him aside and said, hey, here's the thing. We found out your book's wrong for all these reasons. We'll help you rewrite it. We'll help you find some new ones. And he just said, nope, I'm not doing it. Leaving it. We're like, yeah, but it's wrong. You used a 2D representation of the globe. That's a straw man. If they ever did something like that, it's the equivalent of them making a book where they said the flat earth is wrong. And then they drew a flat earth that nobody believes in and said, look at these flights wouldn't work. And this flight wouldn't work. And this emergency landing wouldn't work. We'd all laugh at them and be like, yeah, none of us believe that. That's what you're doing to them.
That emergency landings book that proves the flat earth was the biggest load of bollocks I think I've ever seen in my life. The fact that people took that as evidence and didn't look into it at all, just the laziness of these people, honestly.
That they can just laugh at Banjo's book and they say, nobody believes that that's the path on the globe. And so, again, it's every instance is like that. You find out Nathan Thompson lies every time he talks about it seeing far in the distance.
Nathan Thompson lies every time he talks. It doesn't matter what about. Bloke's a fucking dickhead.
Never tell you how high up he is. The other day he did one. He's like, I see Atlanta from 80 miles away. And everyone's like, oh, that's great. The Earth's flat. But he didn't tell you that he's, I think it was like 7.
What is this? Like, I need someone to explain to me because I don't watch these dickheads that much. What is going on with this BJ bloke? I know it's PJ, but he's fucking BJ as far as I'm concerned. And that is Twatzoid's friend, isn't it?
1,000 feet high or something. And of course, you do the math on that, and you should be able to see Atlanta from there. So this is the case: is that it's always a matter of people who want to hear what they want to hear, and they ignore what they don't want to hear. So if you're a flat earther, you listen to flat earth content, you suck all that stuff in, you like it, and any glober that speaks up, if it's me, if it's anybody, you just dismiss it because we must be on the other team, and therefore we must be lying. Well, I'm just telling you that it's your side lying to you, and I can point that out over and over again where they're lying to you. I mean, how about Witsit? Witsit said, if we go down there and see the 24-hour sun, I'm going to come back, and I'm going to be on the side of the globe. I'm going to lean to the side of the globe. Is that what he did? No, he lied to you. So it's the same thing with everybody. They're all, who's the only person that's been consistent through this whole thing? It's me. Sorry. I'm the only one who told you from the beginning, if I see this, this is what I will believe. If I see this, this is what will happen. I went down there, saw what I said, and I believed what I said I would believe. So
I don't know. I've been consistent all along. I said flat Earth was bollocks from day one, and I'll still say flat Earth is bollocks.
If people don't like that, they can't hang with that. What are you gonna do?
BJ fucks dogs. BJ looks like he would fuck dogs, to be fair.
I can't help them realize that we were wrong. I can apologize and say, if I had anything to do with you falling into that belief, then I have to apologize for that, because it becomes a matter of the way I would describe it is like when I used to put out a video, I would get 8 comments that said, "Great job, you're really funny, I love your videos, keep talking, my grandpa said the earth's flat," stuff like that. And then there'd be 2 people that would say, "Drink bleach and don't procreate." So when that happens, you tend to.
What the fuck was that laugh? Was that a real laugh he just did there? What the fuck was that? I'm sitting there, I've got clear in my throat a lot tonight, right? Maybe I got the Rona, I don't know, right? But this bloke, he's just laughed, he's just made Jeran done a funny, well he didn't do a funny, he said what people genuinely write to you, right? I've had all this same shit myself. And he's gone, the fuck is that? Is anyone ever around? Imagine he's going to a fucking comedy show or something with this prick. So if the comedian makes a joke, who's dying in the audience over this?
You're going to gravitate towards the side that is favorable to you. So if people think that, I'm not going to be like, oh, this side that's telling me to drink bleach is probably the ones that are right and truthful and right. No. So everything that would happen to a flat earther pushes you further into the flat earth. The more people make fun of you, the more people say, you just chalk it up to, of course, they don't know the truth. I know the truth. So everything that you can rationalize everything in the flat earth. The only thing that I couldn't rationalize anymore is when I saw that the south is the opposite of the north. There's no flat earth that can have the south be the complete opposite inverted of the north. Just doesn't work.
The model that I was proposing actually did.
Yeah, but you're calling for projection suns that somehow.
The way you fucking. My model did that. No. Your model was a billion suns model. The billion suns model. The sun's everywhere. Wherever you want a sun to be. It'd just be there on the globe. But on my model, you could all have your own one. So it could always be there where it needs to be. What a knob. These people are fucking unbelievable. What do we think? Do we think there's any real flat earthers left? Or are they really this stupid? Or are they just like children and cannot just say, you know what? I was a dickhead for years. This is not true.
I'll blink out when it's nighttime and reappear when it's daytime. That's what you're missing, is that the other side of the world has to be dark. It's nighttime. Light can only light half of a sphere. Right? So again, that works perfectly with what we see in reality, meaning that half of the earth is lit at a time. So again, on a flat earth, that wouldn't be the case. And the only way they can make it work is they have to do those crazy light patterns. Have you seen how the light like bends and stretches and comes back and stretches? You seen that?
I've seen that.
Okay, so that's just it. Again, it's the magic idea.
Oh, first super chat of the evening. I see Spin. Hello, mate. 199. Flat Earth skydiving FTW. What's flat Earth skydiving? What's going on here? I feel like I've missed something else here. Thank you, Spin. Does everyone call you Spin? I don't know what to call you. I don't know what your fucking name is. People like in life. Is anybody in here goes out in life and gets called the name that they are on here? I really like. I don't hate it when people call me Whatcast, but it was the name of. Well, it is the name of my podcast. On TikTok, people say Whatcast said this. It's like, hang on a minute. Whatcast used to be numerous people. But yeah, I'm Matt. By the way, in case you don't know me, hello. I don't expect anyone to start dropping their real names, by the way. Just curious.
Yeah. What happened is they took the globe, actually showing what happens on Earth, and they put it onto that map and said, okay, this is the flat Earth map. But they don't have any. Well, why is it doing that?
Here's another question for you that it always goes through my mind when I see the sun and the moon in the sky at the same time, and the crescent moon is not reflecting a full moon. I mean, the sun's not. If the light is refracted onto the moon, right? That's how the moon is supposed.
Mike has said that he gets called by this name. I can imagine you do.
To be lit up in the sky. How come there's a crescent moon in the sky instead of a full moon? When we see them both in the sky at the same time, because the sun's not in the way, right? If the sun's not in the way of, if the Earth is not in the way of the sun, how can the moon have a shadow?
Oh, fuck off!
And if you're seeing them both in the sky at the same time, that means the sun and the moon are the Earth isn't blocking the view, and you also perceive that the moon is doing a crescent.
Hold on, the shadow of the moon is not from the Earth. The phases of the moon are not from the Earth.
Where are they from? Where do the shadows come from?
From the angle that the sun's hitting it. How much? I just said, how much of a ball can you light at one time?
Yeah, but if they're both in the sky at the same time and you're perceiving,
how much of a ball?
They're literally there.
How much of a ball can you light at one time?
I guess half of it.
Right.
But
so
I'm talking about a crescent moon here.
Hold on, but that means that the moon is always half lit. It has to be half lit every day, all day. So if we see different parts of it, it's because the sun is.
Of course. How did I miss this? Doesn't have the keys. He's skydiving. I wasn't even looking at that prick. Who is that anyway? Is that the supposedly the moderator? Steve gets called fat cunt. Oh, brilliant. I always get a chuckle out of this chat.
It's either further behind it, so we're going to see less and less. When it's a new moon, we don't see any of it, right? Because half of it is lit. It just happens to be the other half, the far half that we can't see. And when it's fully lit on our half, it's
make him laugh again.
Not very
right, but it still doesn't explain the phases of the moon, though.
What do you mean?
Because there are totally different phases. You know, crescent moon. They have all kinds of different moons. It's like and when
no, it didn't move. It's $5 or whatever it is and above for the goal. I think it moves on every two of that. I don't even know how it works.
you perceive
But it's come up over here.
it in the sky, it doesn't really add up because you can have the crescent moon completely at the bottom, and
Just a greedy prick.
in the sky, the sun's in the sky at the same time. The sky is blue. You see that white thing there, and it's not, adding up with the projected light, which, in my opinion, observably doesn't make any sense. Like at every given time, if you're looking at the sun is in the sky at the same time as the moon, the whole moon should be lit up because there's nothing in the way of the sun to project its light onto the moon.
The sun is behind the moon. It's further than the moon. You understand that? I don't know how far. I mean, I'm not going to give that number, but
So-called science says so, right?
again, it's like, well, no, I mean, we see the moon go in front of the sun at an eclipse, right? So,
right.
Okay, so then that means that one is further than the other. And that the one that's further is the, oh shoot, do I not have, okay, I'm going to share my screen real quick. I just want to show you this thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it up there? Oh, present.
No, you didn't share it yet.
And okay, so it's stellarium here. Just showing, so this is stellarium, right? And we can pull back here. I'm just going to find am I in the north somewhere? Wait, what is this? I agree. And this needs to move up a little bit. Okay, so I'm just trying to find the moon real quick. Oh, here's the sun. So I'm going to get the sun to come up a little bit by moving this forward a hair. Let's go here. Hours. Okay, there's the sun going down. Okay, so there's the sun, and let's see where the moon is. We can get them close to each other because you should be able to figure out where. Do you see the moon? Oh, there it is. Okay, so this moon is a sliver. See it over here?
Look, did you see the curvature then when he just did that? That was proof. I'm going to screenshot that and say, look at this flat earth.
Yeah.
Okay, so right away, I know that the sun is down here because that's the angle of the light hitting the sliver. Now, picture the.
I agree.
Okay,
I agree with you. That makes perfect sense.
But this has nothing to do with.
What the fuck do you know about what makes sense? You think the fucking Earth's flat, and you and you laugh like that.
The Earth. That's not the Earth's shadow.
But what I'm telling you is the sun would still be in the sky. You'd see them both in the sky at the same time,
right.
And you'd still have that crescent moon there, having the light projected from the bottom when the sun's in the sky.
Okay, but picture this. The sun's down here. So if the sun rose up and was up here in the sky, you would still have the same sliver. The sun is behind it. It's not, how would it light the front part of the moon? You're saying that it should light the front of the moon. It needs to come in front of it then.
It's the way it looks like when you're looking at the sky. It looks like the sun's in front of the moon.
I totally agree with that. Again, this is what I'm saying. When I believe that we have misunderstandings. I used to think the same thing. My wife and I thought that the shadow on the moon was the Earth, and we're in our bedroom.
Same here.
Yeah, and we're playing with these little spheres, trying to figure out. We could not figure it out. And then we asked somebody, and they're like, "What? That's not this. The phases are different." Like, what? Like, no, the phases are from, and you can actually play this if you play this.
It is weird, for me to think. I guess, like when you are new to this topic, it's you don't know. Like, I didn't know anything about flat globe, anything. It's been a learning experience curve, ironically, for me. To learn about all of this, but I never even used to think about the moon phases or what they were or anything like that. So I can kind of see where he's going, but I wouldn't have ever gone, right, the Earth must be flat because I don't understand what that is. Well, that seems to have been what they've done. I'll get him on another time and talk. Roger that. $5. And that moved the needle. One now. My name is Robert. Friends call me Rob. Wife calls me that good Richard. PG rated version because YouTube whines. Rob? Do you ever go by Bob? Because I don't know why Bob comes from Rob, and I don't know why Dick comes from Richard either. Oh, hello, while I'm here, I see Spin. with a needle mover. Someone more creative than I would be able to make a teal super chat funny. Someone like Roger or CK or Fish, even colder. And most certainly JD or CJ. Everyone he's mentioned there should try, I think. Chuck your super chats in to be funnier than that. You know, I'm not grifting or anything, or, you know, of course not. I would never do such a thing. Cheers, IC Spin. I've not seen IC Spin for a while. Have you been working or something, mate? I haven't seen you around. I've seen you in like the later, some of the, when I'm popping in and out of tunes and stuff, you're there sometimes, but I hope you're well.
Fast speed, like this is kind of fun to do. If you get like an hour here, actually it's better to do like what do you do, a day? You can see the sun going around, or the moon going around there. Where to go here? So see the moon doing a circle there? Going around like a clock? Right. And so it's doing that, and that's the phases. So picture the moon's going in a circle with the sun stationary in the sky. And so as it's doing that circle, you're getting the equivalent of when it's a full moon, the full face is bright. And as it starts going towards a new moon, you lose the light because it's, again, I think it's well explained. I don't think that that's a problem with the heliocentric model. I think that the problem with the heliocentric model is believing that we're flying through space at 1.2 million miles per hour. That's a problem. You know, believing that we're flying around the sun at 66,000 miles per hour and we're rotating with the sun 480,000 miles per hour. That's the hardest thing for me to believe. And I just have to say, well, the evidence leads us there. And, you know, unless somebody can come up with another model, then I don't see a reason to argue it. And I just don't think it's that important anymore. Like whether or not we're flying through space is not important to our life. It's just not. You have things to do here. You have family to take care of and love and friends. And yeah. So you know, whether we're flying through space, hey, that's for if the astronauts or the freaking scientists want to discuss that, that's fine. But for me,
but where else would we be if we're on a sphere and there's no dome? Then it's space, isn't it? Like I get it. Big Jim. $5 from Jim. Pfft. Cheers, Jim. Jim, I'm going to call him Millionaire Jim. I reckon Jim's one of them blokes that sleeps on a bed of cash. Do you reckon? Jim, when did you win the what do you call it, the Powerball? I don't know.
I think that the problem with it becomes that, if you start pushing that too hard on people, I think that they will lose connection with God and they could go towards an atheistic viewpoint. So the problem is that if we repeat their talking points, then we're just helping them out by saying like, oh, we're not just some insignificant speck. They say we're an insignificant speck. We can still live in a universe and say, well, God made the Earth so important that he put all those planets and all these galaxies out there, but the Earth is what's important. And, you know, you can have that line of thinking, but we don't think that way. We give the atheists what they want. Like, oh, they think that we're just minuscule and we're, you know, worthless and we're just a big speck in the middle of nothing. Well, yeah, we're letting them tell us that. How do we know we're not the main focus of everything?
A Jimmillionaire.
We could be the most important thing of everything. And we allow them to tell us that we're not. So again, I don't want to repeat things that they say. I would just, try and stick to my idea is just sticking to the things that we can prove without NASA. Because I don't want to use NASA. I don't like NASA. I think that
I think that is a perfect, and I always say this about Jeran. It's a perfect way to debate these people because their biggest argument is the boogeyman. You take the boogeyman away from them, and they literally have nothing to say. When you just say fuck that. All of these people. I tried it with Weiss. When I spoke to Weiss years ago, I tried doing the same thing. Not interested in space. Don't care. Yeah, maybe you're right. Not bothered about any of this stuff. Stick to what we're talking about down here. And he kept trying to go to fucking space all the time. Because when you can... It's human, it's psychology, isn't it? Like when you can try and convince someone, these people with money, they're controlling you. And I've woken up from this control and you need to wake up too, buy my app and it'll wake you up. Like that. And people fall for this drivel.
What they do is terrible as far as selling patents and things like that. And the fact that we don't have a 24-hour view of the Earth. First of all, I think is the most... if we can go to these other planets and we're on Mars with a remote control car and we're 13 billion miles away with Explorer, then we can have a 24-hour video camera on the Earth, in my mind. So I don't back NASA at all. I think that they're a terrible group. But I will back the fact that humanity has gotten to the point where we know the Earth is a sphere. And it's even so bad that they couldn't lie to us if they tried, yet we're allowing them because we want them to, if that makes any sense. Is flat earthers are so now convinced that the flat Earth is true that they want to believe that they're being lied to by these.
Billionaire Jim. My name is Jim, but most people call me Jim. Is your name James? Because I will call you James. But I'll just call you Jim. Everyone else does.
These organizations, by science, by
Jamesianaire doesn't
really,
sound good.
You can't lie to people about where they live because we have eyes. The only way you could lie to the earth is if everybody was blind. If everybody was blind, you could say, hey, you actually live on a sphere, even though it's a flat earth, but people wouldn't be able to say, well, why don't we feel like we live on a sphere? They say, well, because it's so big. Okay, well, guess what? You could not verify what they just said. However, we all have eyes. So when somebody tells us, Jeran, you live on a sphere, I can say, I don't believe you. I'm going to go verify. And when you go verify, it's verified as a sphere. And it's not verified as flat because the flat doesn't make any predictions. It doesn't do anything. In fact, it needs magic suns and mystery suns and reflective suns. And so why would we go even more? It's like people are willing now to go even crazier than the globe simply because they don't want to be wrong. Rather than just
sometimes
say,
the truth is stranger than fiction.
Maybe,
and
but
if the globe is fiction, then maybe the truth is even weirder.
Okay. So if somebody's going to lie to you, though, if I'm going to tell you a lie, it doesn't have to be somewhat real. Like if you ask me, Jeran, what did you do today?
To make it believable, you'd have to bring in a little bit of the truth in there. Yeah.
Right. So they tell us that there's these planets and that we're on a ball and we're flying through space. So people don't even realize that if that was a lie, how easy would it be to prove it's a lie?
I don't know what's going on. Is Jeran, has Jeran turned to this guy? Because this guy was all fighting. He had the NASA documents and all this bollocks. And now suddenly he's like agreeing with everything Jeran says. And Jeran's just talking endlessly. And this bloke's nodding along and occasionally laughing.
It's a clear lie. You just made it up out of nowhere. No, they didn't make it up.
It's unprovable because you don't have a spaceship to go check it out for yourself.
But it's based off observations. What I'm saying is that we can claim it's not real. But if they base it off observations and it matches all observations, then it's the closest thing we've got. And until somebody comes up with something else. So I'm certainly never saying everybody believe in the globe and never look at anything else. I'm not saying that at all. I think you should look at everything else. But what I'm scared about is that if you do look at...
Jim, do you feel sorry for Richard Branson for not having as much money as you? That's what I want to know.
Into something or claim something is true and you find out you're wrong, you need to have balls. And I realize now that men don't have balls anymore. They don't have the balls to stand up and say, I'm sorry, I was wrong. And I know why. It's because look what happened to me. You will have your entire career destroyed. You'll have your money gone.
That's why I've never really subscribed to either of those models. And I've, like I said earlier,
I would stay away from it. Just say you're in the middle. What's wrong with being in the middle?
Jim, do you ever feel like beating Richard Branson into space with Virgin Galactic? Just do like Jim Galactic or Jim Solar System flights and take the flat earthers up. That's a good idea. Hello, Dan.
Actually, not in the middle. I'm more of like when it comes to biology and the optic nerves and how all of the brain functions and all of this. I'm more in tune.
Chuck in some likes, please. 60 eyes on this. 25 likes. Please click like. It takes 3 seconds of your life. I'm terrible at this. When I watch a live, I very rarely like it. And now I can see what an annoying prick I am when I do that. So if you please click the like button, it helps a lot. Share the stream and all that. What do people say when you're trying to like, comment and share and give me £100 each? And that's my 4 requests.
With the simulation theory, but maybe not exactly, but I'm close to it, right? Where everything is a projection of the mind, and the shape is really not really important.
I'll ask him at the card game next week. Hang on a minute, I think I had another super here from Arnold. Arnold, do something with my Twat Side song with conspiracy music and stuff, and make a decent video out of it. I do not have a real name. I'm an AI model. Well, you're a generous AI model. Cheers, Arnold. $5. Nice one. Get some more AI in here.
When it comes down, right.
The only thing I feel bad about is that I feel like I put people into that belief, and so I have a moral obligation to help them get out, or at least put out the information. And if they decide I don't listen to Jeran anymore, I don't believe him, then that's fine. But I need to get that information out. But you're right. The best place to be is the middle. But here's the other thing about being in the middle. That's not a place that YouTube will allow people to be for very long, because you won't get views. On YouTube, you have
to tell me about it.
Yeah, well, I know about.
I've been in the middle for 3 years, bro, and I get little subscriber count. Very well.
It's because
my audience is similar. I always get between 50 and 80 people watching. So.
And do they try and push you in one direction or the other, or no? They kind of let you.
Well, no, because everybody out here is kind of on the anti-truther movement as well. Like a lot of us subscribe to the fact that all of that is all psyops, and that it's just another means to distract you from the truth or finding the truth. And looking inwards, either or taking the spiritual journey, and or also doing something on the ground to make a difference. To change.
Realizing it doesn't matter. Right? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. That's what this community is more about. It's like us people here, we don't subscribe much to, and people
out there that think that deciding whether Charlie, Kirk was really shot by this guy or not.
Did you bring your own china? What's this conversation? I can't let that one go without playing that.
China?
While I'm at it.
Gas go down, go boom boom, my friend.
While I'm at it.
No, you can fuck off.
While I'm at it. What else we got here?
Violated by gas.
I like this one. This is. Oh, hang on.
You unbelievable clown.
This is the best one.
Bouncy balls, mate. Bouncy balls, mate. Bouncy balls, mate.
Bouncy balls, mate. Where's Cleavage K's favourite one? This is it.
But you enjoy the taste of my salty nuts as I teabag you.
Is like the biggest deal in the world. Like it makes a difference in your life. It doesn't. You're allowing the media to push things into your reality that have no. They don't even.
I did a video on that. I did a small breakdown where I showed some predictive programming that was correlated directly to it.
Yeah.
Even the guy in the movie, his name was Chuck, got shot in the neck, and have you seen the movie?
Yeah, Snake Eyes. But
no.
This. Right, he's now going to bring up the Charlie Kirk thing. Right now, I've not seen this, but I know exactly what he's talking about because I've researched this because I do my own research, and flat earthers never do. He's going to reference a film called Snake Eyes with Nicolas Cage, and in it there was a guy called Charles Kirkland, sorry, and he got shot in the neck at an event, and apparently it was September the 10th. No, it wasn't. All of it was true, the Charles Kirkland thing, but it was September the 19th in the film. But the conspiracy, they just changed the date because it sounds more suspicious and like everything's predictive programming and everything's planned ahead of time. No conspiracy theorist or truther would ever tell you that the date is wrong. They would just pretend it's not because they get more clicks that way.
No, not that movie. Not that movie. It's a new movie. It's called, hold on a second, Back in Action with...
Oh, there you go. I'm completely wrong. He wasn't going to talk about that, but that's what he just said. I know Jeran's done a show on that as well.
Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz. Right at the beginning, he literally, like, these people are, like, they're spies and whatever, and they're hidden, like a witness protection program. But then they get discovered, and then their boss shows up. This guy's name is Chuck. And he shows up at their door saying, no, where's the key, blah, blah, blah. And then he gets shot in the neck. But at the end of the movie... with the punchline is this guy, Chuck, comes walking out of the room and he says to the two spies, he says, it's amazing what you can do with squibs these days. And then they re-show the scene of him getting shot in the neck in front of their porch. So, and you know, it was just like, so for me, it was like, a perfect, check out, it's, hold on. If you go on my channel, it's, it should be titled Charlie Kirk or something there. Hold on a second.
Oh, what the fuck he's talking about. This is Nismo. $10. I used to race Nissan cars, hence my channel and handle is Nismo. But my actual name is the same as yours. Boom, boom, my friend. What, your name's Dickhead? The same as mine? I can't fucking believe that. Let's go gas go down, go boom, boom.
Gas go down, go boom boom, my friend. Gas go down, go boom boom, my friend.
Cheers, Nismo. And Nissan's any good? I'm changing my car in the summer and I'm deciding what to do, whether to just buy the car I've got because it's on finance or to, maybe I should do super chats. Matt's Car Fund. Let's check it out. What's he got here? The Death Star's on the screen.
My internet's slow a bit. I'm out in the country. Videos. It's a short decode, I guess I did. Because that's my thing. It's like I like decoding stuff. So the last one was
what?
Are you taking the piss out of the way I say Nissan? What do you say then? Nissan or Nissan? What do you say? It's Nissan. That's what it is. It's from Japan. Ain't it Japanese, Nissan? Right? Well, it's not from
China.
It's from Japan, isn't it?
Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, there it is. Movie, predictive programming. It's actually the last.
Why did Nathan Oakley have loads of sex toys knocking about his gaff? That's what I want to know. Nathan Oakley!
You just made the list!
Put him on the list. Does anyone know the Wildstone Raider?
Hello, ladies.
Would you fuck that man? Any ladies in the other than Cleavage K? Probably never. There's never any other birds in here other than Cleavage K. Does this voice turn you on?
Hello, ladies.
Video I uploaded on my channel.
Predictive programming. Got you. So again, I mean, if people want to believe in flat Earth, that's fine. I mean, what am I going to do?
I say spin. We say everything correctly, other than the fact that I just put an F in the word everything. But you take use out of all of the word. Like you took our language and changed it, possibly for the better. I'm not going to dispute this, all right? But it originated here. But then if you read Old English bollocks from back in the past, it was all like ye olde, like all this bullshit talk that they used to do.
But I think people should recognize that I have no desire to lie to anybody. So you should believe in the 24-hour sun. That I'm just telling you as a fact.
I never said I didn't believe it.
Yeah, no, I'm just telling people in general, that they should.
Okay. All right.
Because again, what it comes down to is if you want to keep saying it's fake, you have to be willing to say, okay, well, Jeran's lying, Witz is lying, all those Globers are lying, and everybody who's ever been to Antarctica and everybody who's ever been on that Antarctic marathon and all the people that work for LE.
Butter. Not butter. This is an American saying butter. Butter. How many R's in the word? How many R's do you want to put in words over there? Like, it's butter. There's no R's in it. There's no T's in it either. Butter.
That's a lot of people that have to lie, and that becomes a liability for...
Right. Yeah, that's why it doesn't really make any sense.
Essex is the main streets. There's some posh parts of Essex. There's some flash parts of Essex. Essex. So back in I'll give you the background of Essex. So what happened was there was a population explosion in London back in the day, probably the 60s or something like that. And everyone started moving out to Essex because it's close. It's like the next sort of county over from London. And it was basically the countryside. Everyone's moving away to the country to be in Essex. But then more and more people came. And now we are just like London. Probably not as crime-ridden as London, but not fucking far off. And the streets are pretty mean. They were more mean back in the day. The mean streets of Essex shit that I do is kind of like a joke, like a self-piss take, because people are like, you're from Essex, you think you're well hard, and all this. So I just put it in to piss people off more than anything, like, we're from the mean streets. But it's probably no worse than, like, I think Manchester's probably worse than Essex. Certain parts of Liverpool, definitely. Yeah, there's loads of worse places than Essex. Like Glasgow on a Saturday night.
It'd be like a really massive endeavor.
Fuck off Cleavage. Like I love that Cleavage gets, your place is shit. Cleavage, you look out the window of your place, you've just got about 85 mountains and nothing else. Which sounds perfect to me. So did you want to swap houses? That's my offer.
Correct.
Implicating so many different people, which would obviously
they would not a lie. It doesn't make it a secret anymore, right? You don't keep secrets by telling people and giving them money to keep it, because we've all told secrets.
Yeah, I do butcher the English language. Posh people say things properly. Yeah, but the best one is aluminium. Aluminum. The fuck is that? Aluminium, please.
Before, what happens when you tell a secret? That person tells somebody. We all know that. And if somebody tells you something, it's a secret. You tell somebody. So just recognize that if there was government...
Sorry, I've stopped listening to this debate to argue with my chat. Murica test, good luck. Could you not, do that right now? I'm just grabbing a burger and fries, dude. I literally cannot with this today. You want me to say them in an American accent? I don't know. I'm just grabbing the best burger and fries, the thing that made me want a burger and fries more than anything ever was that bloke during COVID. Was it the mayor of someone? You get a burger and fries if you get your vaccination. People go and get a jab because there's a free burger on the line. Cheers, Spin.
They said, hey, we're going to lie to people and tell them that the sun goes around here, even though it sets. We need 70 employees. We're going to give you all $1 million. Have fun. We're leaving. No government would do that. Now they've just left 70 possibilities that could at any time be like, you know what? I don't want to lie anymore. I'm going to reveal everything. Well, there's never been that. We've never had anybody reveal, oh, this is how they're faking the shape of the earth. So the reason why is because you can make observations. So if somebody tells you you live on a globe, guess what? We have a model called Google Earth. You can go there. You can put yourself on the globe where you're at. Go check the sky and verify it works. And
it's a two-team mat. There's no such thing as a one-team mat. A one-team mat is something you wipe your feet on. I'm sure, like, Twatzoid might want to be Matzoid with one. He's too busy crying. It'd be a wet mat.
Exactly what the sky. So if everybody on Earth can do that, everybody on Earth goes to Google Earth, looks at their sky, and it matches the sky in the real world, then we live on a globe. You couldn't do that otherwise. And if you think you can, then show me that. Show a flat world where you have a sun and moon going around the top of it, and then put those people on a sphere and have their observations match what they were on the flat Earth. I mean, it's insane. You couldn't do that. So I'm happy that at least, I never taught my son flat Earth.
Are you in Portsmouth? I've got a mate in Portsmouth. Haven't, he lives.
That I, never did any too much damage. I mean, obviously going to conferences and stuff like that is, I wish I wouldn't have done that, because you don't want to, I was up in front of a crowd speaking nonsense. That doesn't sound like fun. But all you can do is just turn the corner and be like, okay, from here forward, I'm going to continue to, and I read thought the way I address situations or address events, because I realize now, okay, you can get so stuck into a belief that your brain stops listening to the alternative and actually actively blocks it. And I think that's happened to a lot of people, because it happened to me. I can look back, oh man, how didn't I hear, like the other day I was listening to Will Duffy and Austin Witz that had a debate on my channel from January. And I was watching it and I heard Will say things, 2 or 3 things that I'd never heard before. And I was the moderator. So it just tells me that, and they were actually good proofs of the globe. So
he's watching that on air. That's a good point there, Dwayne. Water. So if an American says water, they say water. But I say water.
What he was actually doing is saying things that my brain was like, nope, shutting that off. I don't want to hear that, because it just doesn't. It's like the people who say, oh, your wife's cheating on you, and the husband will be, no, he's not. No, she's not. Right? It's like they'd rather just believe that everything's a lie. Nobody, you're not telling me the truth. You're trying to deceive me, rather than to think that they've been hoodwinked. And that's really what's happening.
I hate that. Like, I've got a couple of super chats I've got to do here. Colonel, $2. Ayo, hello, Colonel. Thanks, mate. And billionaire Jim says, it was hard enough when the UK gifted us maths. Now we have math for reasons. I really hate that. Like when an English person, a British person says, do the math. It's like, why are you talking like a cunt? Obviously, we don't say that. Like, that's an American thing. When American people talk like that, that's fine. That's how they speak. Why are you just copying shit you saw on Friends or something? Just talk how you speak. I can't stand all these bollocks. Everyone should just speak the way they speak. Are we not in agreement of this? We can all take the piss out of each other's accents, but don't try and be American.
Happened here is that we've been hoodwinked by flat earthers, right? And again, it's not even like by design. I'm not saying they went out there with that intention. I didn't, and so I would like to think that nobody else did. But then, if that were the case, then when we found out we're wrong, then everybody should do what I'm doing. And big props to Patricia Steer and Robbie and Paul on the Plane and Melodome and the people who did come out and admit it. And you know what? Just so people know, we all sit around and
I think you're a bit stuck up, to be honest, Cleavage.
Talk now, and we all say, can you even believe that we were that dumb? Like, you actually can look back and see how dumb you were. All of us say it. Not one of us is like, no, I think we were smart. Actually, no, you actually go back, you're like, oh shit, we believe things that are just insane, that are like the fact that the South Pole is everywhere. And then I think I used to tell people like, oh, it's a ceremonial pole, right? It's like, okay, but where is the ceremonial pole? Because guess what? The South Celestial Pole needs to be right above it. That's right. So, and the sun needs to do the even movement just like it did in the South and just like it does in the North. So they can, and then people say, oh, well, how do you know where you were where they took you? You could have been somewhere else. You could have been anywhere else. Like, no, guys, the globe has a model. If they say, Jeran, we're taking you to 80 degrees south, the sky has an exact thing it has to do. It doesn't have an option. The Earth has been modeled. So if they send you somewhere to a certain degree, go look at the sky. If it matches what it's supposed to in that area, then you live on a globe. I mean, I'm not saying do it one time, because you could fool somebody one time. But if everybody does that, like if everybody went out tonight, and here's another way to do it. Did you know that if you go out tonight and you measure 69 miles north, so just wherever you're at, get on a line of longitude and go 69 miles north, and the North Star will raise up by 1 degree. Okay, do it again. It will raise up by 1 degree. Do it again, 1 degree. Guess what? 360 times 69 miles is 24,901. So you can actually prove the shape of the Earth and the circumference yourself. Now, again, you're going to need a friend in Japan and one in Australia and say, hey, go measure 69 miles north or south and see what happens.
Another
Dutch. I like that. Does everyone in Holland, do you call it Holland or the Netherlands, by the way? Does everyone there, most people speak English, don't they? I think they do.
Well, it's not impossible, but
no, it's
highly unmotivating.
Unmotivating, but it's we have a huge human group of people on this earth that we could have a bunch of people. We could have a day where everybody.
What is this? I see spin $2. Sent you Vlad Unleashed. Ask Arnold if it's good. What is this? Vlad Unleashed? Where have you sent that? Discord. I'll have to have a look. Hold on. Is it Discord? I've got to try and do some more of this first, though. But we're looking good. I need 2 more super chats to extend the stream, so hopefully we'll have time.
Goes out and measures something, and everybody does it, and 8 billion data points or something. But again, nobody wants to do that. A lot of people think it's silly, and flat earthers think that. I mean, the worst thing you can say in a scientific conversation is, "Well, we know it's not a sphere, and so blah 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 blah," because you're just setting yourself up for disaster. What do you mean you know it's not? How do you know it's not a sphere? Just because your feelings? Guess what? I don't feel. Do you feel like there's bugs in your stomach? OTW? Do you?
No. I'm
okay, but you do have bugs in your stomach, right?
Like I said before, it's nothing about like believing spheres or shit like that. I don't even believe in the shapes anymore. Like I've completely detached myself from that. But
that's it.
The argument that I brought was, in other words, what I was trying to show is that
it can work with the projection world.
Right, exactly. The model would work with the 24-hour sun. Right.
Well, you don't have a model.
That not because that there's a 24-hour sun in Antarctica that it's not, we're not living on a flat Earth. But like I said, all is mind, and like I said, I think everything is a projection of our own consciousness. So at the end of the day, the shape is not something.
You and I both see the sun in the sky, right? We can say that we see our own sun, but we see the same sun.
Right, because all depending on the arc of the horizon.
Okay, but now
you're the perceiver.
Picture you're in Antarctica looking south, and you see the sun, and it's the same sun that's above the head of Australia that's way behind you. And when the sun set, it went for me in that direction. It went towards Antarctica. It went towards the south. So when I go there and look in the south,
towards, did it? Right, I've got that. I'll bring that up in a jiffy, as they say in the UK, while we're drinking our tea with our pinky up. I'll be there in a jiffy. A load of bollocks.
South and see it. That is the real sun, but it's also above the heads of people in Australia. So how did the sun go to the right and go around over there? Well, it didn't. And it would have to do that if the Earth was flat. It's because there's one sun. I hate to break it to you. It's the same sun for everybody, and the globe describes where it is every day perfectly. Period. There's nobody who can argue with that. Nobody can say, well, sometimes the globe is off where the sun is. No, it's not. Sometimes it's off with the angle of the sunset. No, it's not. Sometimes it's off with the time of the sunset. No, it's not.
Super chat, I say spin. Jim, get your ass up here. Yeah, what does he want you? Where's billionaire Jim? He's out on his yacht at the moment. I think he possibly is. Oh my word. There's two super chats here. We've gone over the threshold now. Arnold, I don't even believe in shapes anymore. I thought that when he said it, but I can't keep interrupting. I don't even believe in shapes anymore. Might be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard a Flurf say. Yeah, I know. There is Jim, billionaire Jim. Good grief. How's the yacht this evening, billionaire? BJ. I can't call him BJ because we've already got BJ over on Twatzoid's stream, haven't we? So, yeah, fuck that. Right. Let's play on for a bit. I've got that. I'll click on that thing. Is it oh my word. I've got to do this Nismo first while I'm paused. 10 Australian dollars. There you go, Matt. 10 supers. Cheers. That only counts as 2 supers, I believe. But I'm at the goal anyway. So I'll just set another goal now because that's what greedy pricks do. Oh, there's a Colonel. Can you take Harry and Meghan? I'm going to put that up there. Well, can you take Harry and Meghan back $2? Actually, Harry is apparently ours, but he's a bit of a twat. And also, Meghan is Canadian, right? Isn't she? So it's got nothing to do with me, Meghan. Did I ever tell you? I probably didn't. Did I ever tell you that Meghan tweeted me once back in the day? Like, I used to watch Suits on the when it was on, and before she was anybody at all. And I randomly, when it wasn't really a big show, I randomly at Suits, and I said, when is season something or another starting, whatever it was. And she responded and told me when it was starting. And I just thought, hang on, ain't she in it, this bird? Who the fuck is that? And I didn't really think much of it and thought, yeah, a bit of an attention seeker. And then she became princess. And I'm like, guess what, Meghan? Meghan, actually. And everyone's like, yeah, of course she did. Fuck off, twat. But yeah, it's a true story. Oh, I've got another one here. Oh, for fuck's sake. Fletcher boy. NASA invented shapes. That's why we don't believe them. $9.99. Cheers, Fletcher boy. NASA invented the shapes. That's why we've got to do anything they say. We've got to. You notice this bloke popped up here yesterday. This OTW bloke, right? With the only reason he wanted this debate with Jeran is because he wanted to present this devastating NASA evidence of the flat, non-rotating plane or whatever, and failed miserably. And he hasn't got anything else, obviously, just like most of them.
It predicts it perfectly, and we just need to suck it up. That the world isn't exactly what we would expect it to be. It's not what I would think it would be. A globe is weird. A flat Earth makes more sense to me, but that doesn't allow me to then say I'm going to ignore evidence and just stick to my.
It is a girly show, Cleavage, but I identify it as a girl.
Belief with my fingers in my ears. Again, you can do that if you want, but just know you're
actually,
not
yeah. Well, that's also something that you would ask me to do when it comes to, let's say, believing in the globe, because then you would have me believe in all of the math that they came up to prove all of this.
Nope, again, I said I didn't need any of that. I told you all the things at the beginning were all things that you can do without NASA, without math, without teachers. I said first,
right.
That the upside down sun and moon, if you go down there, that's observed. There's nobody who tells you that. There's no books that you need to look at. You could just go to the south and say, oh, when I'm south, the sun and moon are flipped upside down. Now, we draw pictures on the ceiling. We say, oh, if you draw an A and a B on it and you move to one side of the room and that changes. But when you actually see the sun and moon, they're not like a circle on a ceiling. A circle on a ceiling, first of all, if you move to one side of the room or the other, it turns into oval, right? It's not, we're actually seeing a 3D item in the sky. The moon is 3D. It's a 3D sphere. Now, again, is it a projection or something? I'm not going to go there, but I'm just saying it's flipped upside down when you go to the south. Same thing with the sun. And we can look at that with the sunspots. So that's one thing you don't need math. The reverse motion of the sun and moon.
I love the elder bears in the chat making the same point over and over again and nobody cares. It's brilliant.
Don't need math.
Endless entertainment.
If you go to the north, the sun moves around you left to right. You can't change that. Doesn't matter if you look east, west, south, left to right, left to right. Now go to the south, it goes around you right to left. So you don't need any math. You don't need any teachers or anything. The converging lines of latitude, same thing. We know that there's degrees of latitude because you can divide any circle by 360. So we can measure and check, is it the distance that the globe calls for or the distance 4 times further that the flat earth calls for? Again, you have to take in it. I guess you have to take measurement for granted. The equator distance is just, again, do you have to trust math? Well, you should trust what pi is. You can I actually figured that out myself one time. My wife and I didn't believe in pi, and we took a glass.
I believe in pie. I had one yesterday. Pie and chips from the chippy. Minced beef and onion.
Jar, and took a piece of string and went across the top of it, like the diameter, right? And then wrapped it around the rim, and then compare them, and you find out it's over 3. It's like between 3 and 3.25, between 3 and 3 1/4, which is what they say, 3.14159, right? So again, you can prove that is what the ratio of a diameter to a circle is it's 3.14 or 0.318, which is the reciprocal, which is it's 0.318 of a
right.
Hole.
But
anyway.
When you look at the flat Earth, have you ever thought of maybe doing it with phi instead of pi, with the Fibonacci sequence instead of doing the
no,
pi
but
one? Because the pi obviously is to measure a circle, but phi is actually a
spiral.
I watched a porno once. Back when I had the same problem as Twatzoid, right? I remember when me and my mates, we always joke about this. One of my mates got a porno film when it was, like when it was all seedy. It's like, I've got this porno. I was like, oh yeah, we'll all watch this then. Stuck this porno on, and it was a Dutch. I think it was Dutch. Where's the Dutch person that was in there, right? And there was a bloke, and he was shagging this bird, right, on this porno. This is a flat Earth live, by the way. Who cares? I just talk utter bollocks all the way through it. And he was saying to her, "Take that, you fucking chippy." That's what he was saying to her. Does that mean something like in sex talk, chippy? But here, it's a fish and chip shop, the chippy, right? But he was going, "You fucking take that, you fucking chippy." Always remember that. Me and my mates still say to her, "Oh, you fucking chippy."
Expanding spiral going outwards.
Again, this is why I'm certainly not telling people to shut. Here's the problem: is that if people said, "You know what, the globe is the prevailing belief right now. It looks like it has the most evidence." Great, everybody's being honest, and then go and do
Admiral Bird. When I say bird, I'm talking about Admiral.
Do on your own time research about the flat Earth. The problem is we have a bunch of assholes who act like the flat Earth has some sort of intellectual hierarchy or that it's above the globe. It's not. It has nothing. So either if you're going to be a flat earther, just admit, yeah, we don't have anything. We don't have models. And then
it was really bad. Like, it was like a proper foreign one as well. Like, I was only about 20 or something, but it was like so about 52 years ago. I was only young, and it was a dubbed thing, but the overdubbing was Dutch English, so the lips were moving like he said a million things, but the voice that come out went, "You fucking chippy." Chippy? The fuck?
Get out of debates. What are we debating for if you don't have a model? How can you debate against the globe who has constructed a model that accurately predicts eclipses, sunrise, sunsets, all those things, right? But then on the flat earth, you're like,
I identified as a pervert back then.
Like, oh, we're equal to you. We're better than you. You should go away. Globers are dumb, but we have nothing. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. It's like, wait, if you came to the plate and you said, hey, look, our model predicts sunsets better. Our model actually predicts eclipses within 2 minutes better than the globe does. That's how you...
Yeah, the reason we all watched it together was a bit for comedy reasons, because of like the acting is so bad. It was a bit of a joke, stick a porno on. My dad's got a porno, something like that. So it was one of my mates' dads had a collection of pornos, and he had a lock. He had a lock on the door to the living room, and he called it the Christmas lock. And he pretended the lock was on the living room door to keep the kids out at Christmas Eve, so they couldn't come and look at their presents. But the lock was actually so his dad could knock one out and watch a bit of porn. And he had this chippy thing, this video. But yeah, we was all sitting there bashing one out and crying whilst we was watching the chippy porno.
Supersede some belief, not by yelling and screaming, act like you're cool, and that everybody else are morons.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, you're not going to get anywhere with that. And then I think it's sad because it really shows that like this is a group of people that is most of flat earthers have never.
I love the seriousness of these streams. They're always so intensely serious. I wish like Twatsod and that would cover these streams, because they'd go, let's go look at these people, and they'd all sit there talking about porn.
Graduated college. I mean, I think that goes without saying. I don't know very many.
I have. I'm not a flat earther, so.
Okay, so the people who have, they tend to think like,
oh, don't lie, Spin. You and Flatside are literally having get-togethers every night watching a bit of the PORN, or as the Americans call it, I call it porn with a W. You call it porn.
It's almost like this is a chance to get back at the people who did go to college. Like, haha, you idiot, you were indoctrinated, and I was smart enough not to go to college, even though that's not the real reason you didn't go to college. You went to college because you probably weren't smart enough, or that you didn't want to. In my case, I didn't want to. And again, that's my own fault.
Not in the field that I studied in. I would have much rather go into music, but I ended up going in logistics and transport for some dumb reason.
That doesn't sound like fun.
That was boring as hell.
Somebody asked me to do that job once. They're like, you want to be a truck dispatcher? I'm like, no.
Is Dan still in there, by the way? Because he watches, like, he let slip the other day. He watches dwarf clown porn.
Oh,
yeah, but there's more involved in just being a truck dispatcher. You know, there's a lot of logistics involved.
A lot of money involved now. I think you can make a lot doing it.
Oh yeah, but it's just sitting in front of a computer 12 hours a day.
Yeah, no,
unless you're having a lot of fun there, it's not something you want to do.
No, it is not fun. Where did Landry go?
He said that we were able to handle this on our own. That we were.
Jack Fetter in the porn. Jack Fetter in the chat. F. Jeran, nothing changed with all this evidence from now and before your knuckles dragged on the ground. Also, stop calling NASA a terrible group. Why exactly? F. Jeran, damned ass clown. So people say that in English as well. Ass clown. Ass clown. Yeah, I don't know why, like, because Jeran was on with McKeegan and about the moon landing and changed his mind on that. I think it's only a step away. It's very hard. Like, it is. I'll stick up for him a bit, because it's very hard when you have a worldview and you see one part of your worldview get absolutely crushed, but you still kind of believe the other stuff you believed. I think he is getting there. Like, I am sympathetic because I know I'm the same. I was never a flat earther, but with other things I was very similar. Not to the level. I wasn't trying to indoctrinate anybody into it. It was always light-hearted, but I was very suspicious of everything.
Yeah, there's no. I mean, again, I have easy debates. I don't need a moderator most times. Because
neither do I. I mean, I don't go to ad homs and start calling people names and shit like that, because I tend to.
Debate, I do curse a lot because I do get frustrated, and I get my own role in this all. Right, I get it.
I'm losing what I am. Unfornicated's done a $5. So you think Americans talk like pirates? But I do. because we use one R and you don't use any R's like you're from Boston. I've been to Boston. It's so funny. Like when I was in Boston, I remember I went to, the Cheesecake Factory. I ate at the Cheesecake Factory and just call me Matt Sparrow. I went to the Cheesecake Factory and some bloke come over and he goes, "Oh, you're British." And I went, "Yeah." And I thought that's good because most people say, "Oh, you're Australian." So I thought he's already one ahead of everybody else, right? And then he goes, "Yeah, I'd love to go to the UK. My relatives are Irish." Nothing to do with me then. What's that got to do with anything? What is it? Why do America, like whenever St. Patrick's Day pops up every year, every American in the world tells you how Irish they are, so they can celebrate it. Bit weird, but I'm not Irish. Like I'm English, and people just think it's the same thing. It's not. It's not even the same landmass. What are you talking about? Let's get out of here.
So I think it is hard because I get when people say like, what, why would we listened to you for 10 years, you ended up being wrong. Why would we listen to you now? I get it. Now, I just believe that if, let's say Dave Weiss went down there and he came back.
I agree, Spin. Why do people entertain this person? It is incredibly boring. I just, every time I see he's typed something, I don't even read it.
Back and said he was turning into a Glober because he saw the 24-hour sun. I would be paying so much attention to everything he had to say. Be watching everything he did, learning, asking him questions. So wait, I don't understand why. Well, that's the complete.
Yeah, Home Depot, Elder Bear and what's his mate? The other geezer. What's his name? He's got a bird's name, hasn't he? Val or something. Sue. Oh no, Bev. That's what it is. This is the Wildstone Raiders message to you.
You're a pair of pricks.
The opposite of what happened to me. When I came back, everyone blocked me and stopped talking about me and just got really upset. So the problem with that is that just know that you'll always be a flat earther then, even if it's untrue. Because if anybody comes in and says good information that you should be hearing, because it's not flat earth, you're going to dismiss it. So then just realize that that is the worst position. If you're actually a truth seeker, then you can never be so sure of something that you hold firm to that and block people who say something different. Then you're not seeking truth. You are seeking your truth. And you are only allowing your truth. You're actually the opposite of a truther. You are a staunch religitard. You are somebody who believes in dogma. And so the truth movement has just taken such a southern dip since when I first started in it back in, and again, I'm happy for what we did.
This is actually one of the reasons why the electromagnetic model would fit a lot more with the simulation theory than like the shape of a globe or a flat earth or, these models that have.
I liked Boston. I did the Freedom Trial in Boston. What else did I do? Top of the Rock. No, that was New York. What's the Boston one? The Prudential Center, is it? I didn't do Fenway Park because I've got no interest in rounders. Because baseball is just rounders.
Been presented up until now.
I like simulation better.
I love baseball. I like with the Americans. As we're all going to take the piss out of each other today. Right, this is just the day after Thanksgiving. I love the best thing about Americans is that your favorite sports are ones that only you play. the baseball, the World Series, competed by only American teams. Fuck's that about? A load of bollocks. That's what I'll say.
Better than flying through space at 1.2 million miles per hour. Just makes more sense. So I get it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah.
I get it. But then I have to look at it and I say, okay, well, again, if we zoomed way out and we're watching us go around, well, again, it would be that.
Yeah, I liked Boston. I was there for Christmas time. It was really nice. It looked. I very much enjoyed my time there.
Thing where we're just still. It's because of the size. Yeah, it's moving 1.2 million miles per hour. It's traveling that distance in a certain amount of time. But for an observer, you would not see it moving, which is it's hard to believe, but it's understandable when you scale it down to something where if you're.
Yeah, but then again, I would actually come and say, well, yeah, but I still would argue the centrifugal force and gravity, how gravity would have to compensate for the centrifugal force.
Yeah,
Dan, unfortunately, cricket is for fluffs, but cricket's a great cure for insomnia.
And when you bring it down to scale and you have, like I said before, something spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, everything on there is going to want to expand.
Jesus Christ. Everything wants to expand. This guy, like, he's watched one David Weiss video, or did he just watch Eric Debate and declare himself ready to take on any all-comers in debate?
Even the metal, whatever it is that it's spinning, is going to want to freaking...
I'm going to show you something funny right here. Watch this. You'll love this. So this... oops, sorry.
Yeah, cricket's big in Australia.
Shoot. Hold on, let me look it up first. Bring it up if I can find it. So I'll keep going. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I'm just saying, like, it would be a hard thing to believe, especially when... I mean, when you're looking at these windmills, right? I don't know how fast they're going, but they're pretty big, right?
Huge.
So they're going pretty slowly, but essentially they're probably going really, really fast because
they ain't as big as the globe, are they? Are you trying to compare a windmill? Like, is he talking about a wind farm windmill? He's trying to compare one of them to the Earth.
This is the explanation that I'm getting when it comes to the globe model, right? Is that while bigger it gets, it looks like it's turning slow, but in other words, in the middle, it's going really, really fast. But,
okay, but imagine this. So pick up something. Do you have something on your desk? I can't see you. Let me bring you up. Do you have something in your hand that you can hold?
Yeah,
I don't care what it is. Show me something. Like, show me something you're holding up.
Here.
Why don't I see you? Hold on. I only see. Okay. Right. So now, if I were to tell you to turn that once a day, and then now picture that there's little beings on there. Do you get what I'm saying? Where they're not flying off. Once a day. You wouldn't.
Yeah, but that's like going super slow right now. It's like not even like 0.0001 mile an hour.
The Earth moves once a day. It only spins once in a day. So if you're looking in space, you have to watch the Earth globe turn only once a day. So again, it's because if you picture little beings being on your lighter and you're turning it once a day, those beings are not flying off because they're so small and that movement is so little compared to them. Again, what's so difficult about understanding this is that we're so big compared to the lighter. So we can't really, it's hard to, like, I don't think anybody can fathom the size of the Earth. I don't think it's possible for your brain to do it. You just can't because we've never.
I think he's made OTW think that I'm very unprepared for this conversation.
Never seen a sphere.
I don't know. It's like in my mind, 1,000 miles an hour is 1,000 miles an hour, and
that's because you're thick as shit.
Something spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. Look, I used to work in a caffeine.
But it's 1,000 miles per hour.
Wait. Hold on a second.
It's 1,000 miles per hour to go.
I don't like rugby either.
Kart the same as an airplane. You just said they're the same thing. One will kill you.
Right, but we're not talking about the go-kart going 1,000 miles an hour. We're talking about its wheels spinning. If those wheels were turning at 1,000 miles an hour, the wheels would fucking explode right off the cart. So there's no vehicle that can travel that fast because there's no means of technology to be able to prevent the centrifugal force from having whatever material there expand outwards. And the reason I'm saying this is I worked in a caffeine extraction company where they use...
Oh, that makes you qualified then. Yeah, I worked in a caffeine extraction factory, so I know all about the Earth spin and centrifugal force and gravity.
Use a centrifuge to extract the caffeine out of the liquid that's mixed in with it, the magnesium and all that shit.
Think how fast that's spinning.
It's going like it must be going a couple of 100 miles an hour for sure.
Okay, now make it once a day. Nothing's going to happen. So this is what you have to understand is that we're conflating things because you're not understanding that the thing. Okay, so you just talked about a centrifuge. You're saying, oh, the centrifuge pushes things to the outside, right? But now slow it down to where it's the Earth spin once a day. Now it's not doing anything. Your centrifuge wouldn't work anymore. It's not moving things to the outside. It's only spinning once a day.
Yeah, so, but then for that,
you unbelievable clown,
to be the case, then we'd have to remove that 1,000 mile an hour fucking bullshit claim that they say the Earth is moving at.
No, because
and he's not understood a word he said, though, has he? He's just explained to you, hold anything up and turn it around a complete circle and make it take 24 hours to do. Now, do you think anything would fly off of that? It's the most simple way to explain it, and he doesn't get it at all.
And give us the real thing. Okay, it's moving like 100 miles an hour. It's not going that fast, you know?
You useless, spatty little cunt.
Or it's like, or even less.
But 1,000 miles per hour is because it travels 1,000 miles in an hour. Again, so this is the way I would look at it: is that you're thinking of speed like a go-kart going on the Earth is 1,000 miles per hour versus the Earth, right? It's moving 1,000 miles per hour versus the Earth. Well, nothing's moving 1,000 miles per hour versus the Earth. The Earth is moving 1,000 miles per hour. So that's where we're confused. Is you've never been on something moving 1,000 miles per hour because you only think of 1,000 miles per hour moving relative to the Earth. But that's not what we're doing.
Well, if we're looking at it from a plane's perspective, if the plane is traveling 1,000 miles an hour at the highest point in the sky, which would be probably the what you say is the globe or something like that, then how can it not be still sitting in the same position that it's at?
Where did this bloke come from?
When flying, because it'd be traveling at the same speed as the Earth, so it would never be going anywhere.
No, well, it's traveling through the air.
Right, but let's say it's following the equator.
Okay.
So it would never.
Do you want some? I'll give it you.
never get anywhere. It would always stay in the same place. It would follow the exterior point of the equator, and it would always be in the same spot. If it was flying over America and it was following the planet, then America would spin around and the plane would...
Thumbs up in the chat or on the page. Whatever's watching this live, 71 eyes on this, 39 likes. Come on. I'm not going to get anywhere near the 100 likes I got yesterday, but let's get as many as we can. It's brilliant for the channel.
Not actually get anywhere. It would just be always...
I'm going to have a look at... what is this? I'm going to do, let's say, I'm going to do another quarter of an hour of this debate, and then I'm going to see what Spinner sent me.
The same spot in the sky right over America.
Okay, let's picture something, though. If you put...
I'll get there. How long is it? Is it a long one, Spin? How long do I need for it?
Let's say we had a huge, like a moving truck, right? And inside the moving truck, we put another moving truck. So it's a huge moving truck. Then inside we put another moving truck. And then inside that moving truck, there's a drone. You do realize that if the drone takes off, it's just worried about what's happening in that tiny little moving truck it's in. It doesn't matter what the other trucks are doing. The truck could be doing circles, anything. It's just in that little mini truck in the middle. So it's kind of the same thing.
Right, but you're talking about a contained, it's contained. So that means that, so the Earth would have to be contained in this. It would have to be in something. It's
contained by gravity. They just say, and again, even let's say we don't believe in gravity, but let's say we don't believe in it. Do you believe in air?
He's back. Isn't that goofy?
Weight?
Yeah, weight, density, oxygen, I guess.
Is there 14.7 pounds a square inch on top of you of pressure?
10 minutes of playtime. That usually takes me one. Oh, not that sort of playtime. I heard it takes Twatzoid a while.
Right now? Yes. Right.
I wouldn't be able to tell. I don't have a pressure reader.
Measurement. You can get a pressure reader. You can measure that there's 14.7 pounds a square inch on you right now. And the reason for that is because all the air above us has weight. So now picture all that is weighing on the Earth, and the Earth is moving very slowly. So the air moves with it. It's pressed on it. It's pressed down. It is exactly what it's a container. It's compressed. That's what the weight would do. The weight would hold the air on the Earth as it moves slowly. Now, again, I agree with you. If we're flying through in reference to something else, then you would say, yeah, the air would get left behind. It would, just like if you're traveling in a go-kart across the Earth at 500 miles per hour, you're cutting through the air. You're causing all kinds of problems. That's not what's happening on Earth. Is that the air and the Earth are all moving as one. So the
right, but we've never had a plane follow the exterior point of the equator to see if what I'm saying is true, right?
No, because it would have to go 1,000 miles per hour.
There you go.
Yeah. And I don't think.
And that we've never seen that, right? Nobody has ever come up and said, "Hey, look, we have a plane that flies all the way around the equator, but it stayed in the same place the whole time."
No, but
if they did that, then
you're missing the point. The plane travels in reference to the Earth, so no matter which way it's moving, it's flying away from where it took off. So of course it's going to move. You're saying it should stay in the same place. Well, then that would require it to not be flying at all. It's flying.
Right. Exactly my point, because it wouldn't even make any sense. But like I said, you're talking about like 30,000 miles ahead of the. I mean, you could still see land when you're.
I love how Americans are all embracing the word wank now. I like this. I approve.
38.
I approve this message.
1,000 miles. I've been on planes, so I know.
Yeah.
You can still see land as far as you can see it. You see land everywhere, water, whatever.
I said 30,000 miles.
But that's what I'm saying. But the equator, if you're looking at this as a ball, I'm seeing this as a contained ball, like you're trying to tell me. Now, if I have that plane going at the exterior of that ball, that means the outmost outer limits that the plane can reach, like the highest point before it's in space.
Okay.
Right. Then it would literally travel, if it's going 1,000 miles an hour, would be following the speed of the Earth, and essentially wouldn't be going anywhere. It would be
so how do you
motionless.
This? Is if you picture on that lighter that you were just turning, pretend it's turning 1,000 miles per hour, but now put a craft on it that's traveling 1,000 miles per hour in reference to the lighter. So it always is moving faster than the lighter spins, because the lighter itself and everything is moving 1,000, and then the little plane inside of it's moving faster in the air. I don't know. That should be something.
Yeah, it's food for thought. It's food for thought.
It all is food for thought. And again, I get why people love the.
It ain't food for thought. It's bollocks.
Flat Earth, because I loved it too. But I also love the truth and find the truth to be more important. Like I said, I'd rather be hated for telling the truth than loved for telling a lie any day of the week. And it's just sucks. You have to deal with it.
Sometimes, like the arguments that I'm bringing up are just kind of like common sense. It's all things that you can think about without needing.
Nothing he's said has been common sense.
Any other source material, any information from NASA or from any flat Earth or whatever. No. It's like you just think about it, and it's like it just doesn't add up, right? So that's why it's hard to believe. That's why it's like when people go ahead and say, "Well, no, it's absolutely this." Yeah, but there's still that.
Who's English? I see McKeegan was in it. What other English people are in this room? And can I ask the question for the just for my own mental well-being? Have you ever heard the word "fap" for wank? because I'm being instructed that I'm to call Twatzoid Fapzoid. But I've never heard of the word fap in my entire life ever until like yesterday. So
question that hasn't been answered, and the explanation is weak. So then it's, then again, it still becomes a very hard place to trust and
it does. But once you realize that they can't lie to you about where you live, then it's easy to say, okay, there's no way to lie about it. In order for somebody to lie to you where you live, you would have to then go make observations that match the original place that you really do live. Meaning, if we live on a flat Earth and the sky is doing what the flat Earth sky would do, if they placed us onto a sphere, there's no way that the sky would then match the sphere. It has to match the flat Earth. That's where we lived originally. So the problem with that is that there's never, if that was the case, then we would have already drawn a flat Earth map with the real sky. But the fact that we can't, there's a reason for that. And it's not, oh, we haven't figured it out yet. Nobody's ever figured it out in all of history. Not Lady Blunt, not Samuel Shenton, not Guy Ferrari, all of the flat earthers of all time. Samuel Robotham, nobody could ever figure it out. There's a reason. We're never going to figure it out because it's impossible.
Yeah. So, well, anyway, I think that Lindsay was his theory is pretty good. So
I'll tell you what happened with people. They would all message me and say, "Hey, can you get Lindsay on? Do this?" I'm like, "Okay, just summarize for me what he's saying." And they're like, "I have no idea." Not one person could summarize it. So it's like, okay, you want me to talk to him, you want to hear him, but you like nobody understands what he's saying. He's a very
yeah, but he's got a really tough accent, right? A very heavy accent. I think he's Australian maybe or something. So
New Zealand, I think.
So yeah, he's not. It's hard to follow, but when you get the
down
the old.
Well, these two are getting on too much for me at the moment. Let's check this out here. I don't know. I'm going to drag it into this. Let's see how this works. Right there. Like clockwork. That was easy. This is time stamped. This is apparently a meltdown from this bellend, the governor, the boss, Vlad. We reached the. Keep sending. I'm always like, I never want to say I've reached my goal because my goal is endless. My goal is to retire next year as a millionaire, like Jim. My goal is Jim wealth. So continue to send super chats. I will continue to grift hard for them. But because I agreed, and I'm a man of my word, or am I a woman of my word? You'll never know, right? I'm going to watch this because I agreed to it. So let's crack on and stop talking bollocks. Here we go.
I can barely speak English, right?
And there we have it. What a great time. What a great time to start the... I can barely speak English. I'm English. I'm English and I can barely speak English. So as we all understand each other. So I'm feeling you there, Vlad. But I don't have a bunch of disciples under me doing everything I tell them to do. So you're obviously twice the man I am.
So, hey, listen, I don't care if I couldn't speak English at all. It's still fucking flat. What difference does it fucking make? What difference does it make if I'm speaking English or Chinese?
Hang on a minute. Can't let that one go.
China? It's fucking flat. That's it. It's that simple. I don't make this fucking rule.
Yeah, you do.
I didn't make this world. It is what it is. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you're talking to. Roger doesn't need to know how to speak English. He understands the truth. That it's flat. It's that simple. But you want to know something, man?
Who's he talking about? Roger in here or Roger Ledwell? Arnold, 2 months of membership. Roger is Troll Solo, triggering him in chat. Oh, got you. You're telling me who Roger is. Troll Solo. I've never heard of him. But yeah, that explains the question that I didn't know I needed an answer to until I asked it.
Spirit is so fucked up, you're probably a homo. And that's fine.
Oh, fuck. Am I going to get demonetized for him talking about this bollocks?
Man. Or you probably live some kind of alternative lifestyle, and that's fine. It is what it is, man. I can't tell you how to live or whatever.
If it's fine, then why are you banging on about it?
But I'll tell you what, it speaks volumes.
Yeah, why is he sitting on the shitter? Because he saw my video. This is what's happening. If they pretend they don't watch me, but he saw my video. And look what he's got. See? I got a map, as Americans call it, a map with a Y in the middle of all the states there on the wall. And he's decided to have a map of the flat earth on his wall. He's copying me. Because I said that he always streamed from the shitter, and he had the fucking chain, the pull cord, the help me old person pull cord above his head. Right? And he's going to pretend he's never seen that. But he's changed his setting and put a map on the back of his wall. Oh, he wants to be me.
Volumes. It says a lot. Okay? That you won't recognize where you're fucked up. So what you're going to do is you're going to try and drag everybody else down with you.
With you?
Good luck. It ain't happening here, homie. Once people see what the truth is, that is what it is.
Yeah. So why don't you believe it? Why do you and your gang back out of any experiment to ever prove yourselves right and attack anyone that agrees to it as being a shill?
And I don't sit there and I don't bullshit people. I don't lie to people. But we have you that's
Fire Zoid.
obviously doing it.
No, Nappy's kip. I'm going for a kip. Anyone know what that means? Non-English people I'm talking about. And non-cleavage people.
You and those like you.
It's got the Hulk Hogan moustache going on.
I don't have to be married. Hey, I fucked your wife. How about that? That's why I'm not married anymore. I got caught fucking your wife. Those are my kids, bitch. Those are my kids, bitch ass motherfucker. You like that? You don't like that, do you? Those are my kids. And they're going to be fucking flat earthers. Good for you.
Did he just stick his tongue out after that insult from the playground? I fucked your mum. That's on par with I fucked your mum. Ask your mum. And then the comeback is always, my mum's dead anyway, so yeah, joke's on you. Why do people have these arguments?
I don't know how you got them kids, man. That's amazing. You probably couldn't even get it up with your little ass dick.
I feel like he's talking to me now, to that personally.
Them is my kids, man. It sucks that I have to say shit like that, right? Sucks that I have to play your fucking game. I'm not married. Why do I have to be married?
I'd love for him to like come on here and try and have an argument with me. I'm unoffendable. Not that weak shit would. I mean, if that offends anybody, have a word with yourself. Yeah, your goddamn wife. I fucked you. I bent your goddamn wife over, and those kids are goddamn mine. Yeah, of course they are, mate. You're just still a virgin.
When I could share your wife. See, you want to live in sin? I could live in sin with you.
Bamf,
that's my kid.
In the chat, I don't even know who Bamf
just
is.
As fucking brutal and vicious as you. You don't like that, do you?
Oh, badass! I don't like it either. Motherfucker.
Says the guy running from. Oh no! I'm not. No, I'm running from the conversation, running to your.
When you said Bamf in the chat, I thought it was that place in Canada had joined.
Your wife, my girlfriend. I like that. No. I own your wife. She goes to you leaking.
Spilling her fluids.
So she calls you, what's your name? Roger? You're Roger.
The pubes.
Right? You're pretending to be a Roger, but we'll call you Roger.
What's them pubes on his lip? That's what I want to know.
Not the good Roger, not Roger Ledwell. We'll call you fake Roger. So fake Roger, she goes to you.
Yeah, because only one person in the world could be called Roger at once. So his mind he only has the capacity for one Roger in the world. So the good Roger is the Roger Ledwell with the lack of teeth. The zebra crossing teeth. Roger Ledwell that isn't going to Antarctica. But anyone else is the fake Roger.
After she sees me stretched out and leaking. You like that, don't you? Oh, my God. Stretched out.
He looks so triggered in his face. Looks so pissed off.
Leaking. And she falls asleep on you because you can't stretch out like I can. I put that work on your wife. You can jerk off tonight thinking about that. No, no, no. I ain't got to jerk off. I already took care of her. Trust me. Go ahead, man. You're gonna try to put your little pencil inside of her. She ain't gonna feel shit because I already stretched her ass out.
That looks
sucks, don't it?
That looks similar to
sucks,
mine.
Don't it, that I have to fucking treat you like that, right? But I gave her that work already. No, I ain't jerking off to your wife. Why jerk off to her when I already fucking put that work on her? I blew her back out already. Those are my kids.
You can see why they all follow him, to be fair. He's obviously, he's all man.
She ain't fucking the gas station attendant. Oh, she sure is. She sure is. She sure is. I gave her that motherfucking 93. I gave your wife that 93 tonight. She gonna be leaking, smelling like fucking gasoline. That's right. Yeah, that's right. I filled your wife up. That's right. I filled her up. Fill her up. She said, "Ooh, fill me up, Vladdy Daddy." I was like, "You got it, Mama."
Dave, I can write with mine as long as I cry. Once I've finished with it, then God allows me to write with it. It just gives me that ability.
Premium, right? She was like, "Give me the premium."
As long as I confess, obviously, to my audience.
She was like, "Because my husband's coming around here with rubbing alcohol." She was like, "I need premium, Daddy." I was like, "You got it, baby." So I stretch her ass out. Got anything else to say?
DT, but whatever. You're a flat earther, aren't you?
I'm sure you do. You don't know when to give up. You don't know when to give up. It's all good though. Whatever.
It's the most painful smile I've ever seen. Like that. You ain't flustering me, face. The eyes are painful and the smile's false as fuck. 'Cause it's like Twatzoid whenever he's losing a debate. Which is every debate he's ever had.
Yeah. That's right.
Gas go down, go boom boom, my friend.
I am the daytime manager. Okay, I'm not that high up. I wouldn't be able to stretch his ass, his wife's ass out. I wouldn't be able to wear her out. Big mouth you got when it's not a challenge. Oh, right. When it's not a challenge. Oh, I've got a big mouth. Your wife's mouth isn't big though.
God, is every response going to be your wife? Your wife, mate. Yeah, well, I fucked your wife, didn't I?
Her mouth ain't, but her pussy is right now. I'm sure you could tell. Your pencil is just fucking bop, 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 bop. You ain't touching them walls like I am. I'm spreading her out thin, boy. And you can't.
Exactly, Dave. Fantastic point. He's just talking. £2, Dave McKagan. Lots of talk from Vlad. I want to see the receipts. I want to see the measurements of this incredibly large penis. I want to see the evidence of this. Otherwise, it's bullshit. Don't want to see McKagan's cock. Just Vlad's. I know McKagan's cock, not Vlad's.
Can't fucking bless her like I can. So you're going to have to go home to a leaky ass wife. Full of fucking premium. You're going to be like, damn. Fucking Vladimir put that Optimus Prime on you, didn't he?
Optimus Prime? That was a transformer but from back in the day. What's that got to do with sex? Yeah, he put that Jabba the Hutt on you.
Yeah, and she gonna go to sleep on your ass. Sorry, my man, you couldn't fucking satisfy her. I had to do it for you.
Why would you ever get triggered by your chat? I've never understood this nonsense. Strangers talking to you and managing, they just go on and on. Like, it's hilarious.
Because I'm such a poor debater.
That's why you don't debate.
I don't listen, Brenda. I don't care if it's not a good look for me. You're not a good look for you. You're not a good look for anybody with your upside down ass. You don't know. Brenda don't know whether she's coming, going, left, right, up, or down. You the last one that needs to talk. Yeah. Oh yeah. Your ex is under a real man. Oh yeah, okay, right. Hey, that it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. Now, instead of my
Oh my god, it's so pathetic. Why would you sit there having this argument with anyone online? Why does everyone know everyone's personal details anyway? What sort of? Why would you? Oh yeah, this is what happened. My wife fucked off. And then if you get triggered by that, then why would you bother telling anybody?
My ex, I got your wife. I'm putting that work on her. She's under a real man, and she's still married to you. That's a difference, huh?
Yeah, but you're making that up. That's the difference. Your wife actually fucked off. You're not actually fucking his wife. You're just inventing that.
That's exactly him. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm smarter than you any day. Sure. Brenda, you're so smart. You're a man and a woman at the same time. That's how smart Brenda is. Brenda is Brenda and Brandon at the same time. So Brenda's got both. Brenda's got no emotions and she's got emotions. Yeah, trolls. Oh, troll solo. I'm giving you that work. You rightfully deserve it. Ask your wife. Ask her. Oh, I'm sure Brenda's parents are very proud of her, him, whatever it is. A real man don't run. Oh, no. Oh, now it's a conversation. I thought it was a debate. No, I'm not running. I told you I'm not running.
Do they debate the flat earth? What are they talking about? They're debating what? This is why I don't know how you find like Spin and that. I don't know how you find these clips because I couldn't watch him for this long to get to this point, to even get to figure out that he's talking about this, because I start to watch him and I think, oh God, this is wank. This is so boring.
From anything. I'm running over to your wife and I'm giving her that work and I'm breaking her back and blowing it out. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. I think I'm going to leave it there with this because fucking, I don't know, we're getting strikes for this dick. Let's continue with this debate. Oh my God. That's why I don't watch him. And if any, who's the other one? Oh, yes. Fuck me. Vicar. Yeah, that's it. Vlad's cock, yeah. He's got a brewer's droop with his cock, I think. The lip pubes was the best. Colonel. £2. I swear his nose is slowly getting bigger, yeah, I think so. Why do people look up to him? It's so weird, isn't it? It's just so fucking weird. Let's see these two are getting along now.
And you got the
Dorianus field. It's like, because those are actually all things that I had studied long before, because, I've been following Santos Bonacci forever. And, it's like, I know all of this shit. So, and so it really lined up really good with what Santos was saying. So, it wasn't that hard to make the model in your mind, like to see how all of that works in your head. It's like, yeah, that works perfectly.
Well, okay, but you're willing
makes
to do that,
perfect
but you
sense.
won't do it with the globe. You don't even know his facts, his digits, or anything, and you're like, it makes perfect sense. But then when the globe is explaining how a plane flies on the Earth, you're like, that doesn't make any sense. But they actually explain it, and you can actually physically go test it. You can't test something Leslie's saying, or Lindsay, I forgot his name, by the way.
No, that's the thing.
Is it Leslie or Lindsay?
It's still a theory, right? There's nothing factual about it.
All right, Lindsay, Leslie, I don't know what your name is. Yeah. So again, I gotta go, but it was fun. We can do this again if you want, but
sure.
Maybe get some feedback from your people and see if.
Oh, this is finished as well. What the fuck? Maybe I'll have to. I might do a bit of Flat Earth Dave on our way out.
If they have any other questions, I think it would be. And again, it's a pipe dream to think.
Who is it that drinks their own piss? Is it Santos? Or is it Santos? Whatever the fuck his name is.
We could get to a place where more people just said, "Okay, I get it." And I've gotten a couple messages here and there, a couple emails, from people saying, "Hey, I've been listening for all these, and they all say the same thing. Like, I really appreciate you being upfront and honest with it, because I'm finding out now that these other flat earthers aren't being honest." It's hilarious. This is why, if you wonder why we went to an apparent sun all of a sudden, whatever that was,
the plane of inertia. That's what I want to know about.
Months ago, it's because they realized that
little man syndrome. As I said, I got socks taller than Vlad.
For the physical sun, the globe is proven. So they had to immediately discard it. And they said, "Oh, now it's an apparent sun. We don't know where it's at." No, we do know where it's at every day, every hour, every minute, every second. So again, it just becomes this constant, and it's embarrassing to watch it from the outside. Is people jump through hoops to keep the flat Earth alive, when they're not giving this is why they're just coming up with whatever harebrained thing they can come up with. If you want to say, oh, well, it's a reflected ceiling from a superfluid sky. Okay, so you're asking us to grant you magic when we could just say sphere. It's all you need to do, and it answers all of our observations, it answers all questions. And I get it that it makes you say, well, then.
Bernardo, yeah. It's cast with a K, debunks. Come on, how long have I been in there? There's another podcast called The Whatcast with a C. And I really hate getting confused for them because they're crap.
What are we, flying in the emptiness of space? I don't know, but again, what were we doing on a flat Earth? Where were we on a flat Earth if we weren't flying in the emptiness of space? It would just have to be the Earth is all there is, right? That would be our thought. But we know that there is things in the sky that we can see. So anyway, it just becomes, for me, it makes more sense now to not push something that I know cannot be right. Now, if there is another model or there is another map, prove me wrong, show me, because I've gone on.
Oh, I got quickly. I think it's that one. It is Flat Earth Dave. This is what he does now. He doesn't sell his app. He does this instead.
Everyone, this is Dave Weiss. I'm excited to announce that I'll be speaking at Anarchapulco for the third year in a row this coming February.
Going loco down at Anarchapulco.
Every year, this event brings together incredible minds speaking on health, freedom, and just basic survival from the control system that is working its way into our
great minds, eh?
Our lives from all angles. Honestly, though, the best thing about Anarchapulco, in my opinion, is the fellowship. Being surrounded by awake, like-minded people.
Awake. That? Oh, my word. I think that there, who is standing with there, I don't know this for sure, but I think that is Gareth Icke, David Icke's son.
Having meaningful conversations. This year it's in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, which is a beautiful, sunny place, easy to get to, and have an amazing time, week-long event.
All right, mate. What's with it? If you're going to put the stirring music in the background, keep it in the background. We don't want to hear it over. Well, we do want to hear it over. We'll turn it up, actually.
In February. Get your tickets now. You can use a discount code. Mine is...
Sorry, I was talking, but you couldn't hear me.
FE Dave, or you can use any other presenter's discount code.
FA Dave? I thought it was CUNT Dave.
If you want, get 10% off, and we hope to see you there in February.
Yes, going loco down in Narcapaloco.
Hey everyone, this is Dave.
Yeah, what we're just saying, you Dave. What else we got here? Oh, I was going to do a bit of... Yeah, let's do that. That was Irish Demon. Or shall I carry on with... I can carry on with... When Angels of Shite was getting abused.
So you don't feel welcome? Yeah, that's what you've been told you're getting. The door's still open to everyone. Dave Weiss could walk in, the charlatan shyster, to have a strip tour off him. He's a coward, and he won't. You have.
You want to name off flat earth proofs? Hey, Nathan,
no, nobody asked you for anything. I don't need any flat earth proof, thanks, from a newbie that doesn't know what he's talking about and lies on Weiss's shows. No, thanks. Don't need anything from you. Go away.
Oh, okay.
Go away. Don't like you anyway. Go away. Fuck off. Or...
No, you can fuck off.
Wait, we need your flat earth proofs.
Been here 10 years, mate. I don't need anything from you.
Well, that's the thing. I'm new, and you guys are treating me like I'm some big name.
Some liar. You are. No, we're treating you like a liar. We're treating you like a liar because you are. You admitted it when you first got here. You admitted to it immediately.
I didn't admit to lie. I said I made a mistake.
Made a mistake, did you? A mistake that you were so emphatically affirming in the positive to a guest who asked you something. It was a mistake, was it, when you affirmed so diligently in the positive? Yes, you affirmed when asked about the outside edges of the world that you're now interrupting me about. This shystery, Weiss-like behaviour is not going to make you any more welcome here, Angels of Weiss.
Angels of Weiss. He said it once and got a $5 super chat, so he kept saying it, hoping to get more super chats, but he didn't get any more. There's still one just sitting there.
Yeah, he used the word known, as in to apply that you know these extremities.
Yeah, I said,
you know them, do you?
Yeah, I said that.
You know them, do you?
Yeah, I said
do you know them?
And Brian's logic pop up with his St. Patrick's Day bollocks.
No, you can fuck off.
You've investigated the distance to these extremities, have you?
How about what, sorry?
No, you haven't. You've investigated the distance to these extremities, have you?
How about measured it, did you say?
Investigated
the distance.
Investigated the distance. No, I wouldn't know the distance.
So yeah, you were so bold as to affirm this when asked. Yeah, we know you're a bullshitter. That's why you're not welcome.
Said known. I've said known.
Okay, so
that means you would know.
what did I say?
About
the edge of unknown. I'm going to pull up the video to see what exactly I said.
We know what you said.
I don't care. We heard what you said. And we heard what you said here.
Okay.
You're a bullshitter.
All right.
Anybody who's not a bullshitter would have left immediately. The fact that you're still around tells everyone in volumes that you're just a complete character.
Can't Jim Daniels just buy NASA and just shut all of these people down?
You're some kind of an agent. I don't watch you. Oh, wow. I don't trust you. Yeah, I don't trust you at all. My spidey sense has been up concerning you for a good while, but I couldn't say anything about it. I just kept it to myself.
Really? Wow.
Yes, that's right. Really? Yes. Let's just answer him. Yes, really. We have a nose for bullshitters, Angels of Weiss. We sniff them out. They stink.
So when you did the actual reviews of my debate, you said I did a good job, didn't you? You liked my debates, didn't you? Were my debates good, or didn't you?
Great. I'm sure you probably had some of our rhetoric to repeat that you learnt here, I'm sure. It was really good until you started lying about Dave Weiss's known world and the extremities thereof that he had up on an app that he was flogging, that you seem to be affirming, and now you're talking through while I affirm again your egregious lies. You seem to be muttering through the top of me, affirming that which we don't welcome you for.
Gas go down, go boom, boom, my friend.
You're not new. You've been here a while. You're not new. That's a lie too. You're so not new that you've got a full string of Twitter that Dave Weiss has found you with.
I've got to agree. So this is what not pissed me off, but it just shows what a bullshitter this fucking Angels of fucking Light is. Who said Angels of Weiss then? If I got a super chat every time I said Angels of Weiss, seeing the super chats, I'll get to that in a minute from Cleavage. But it pissed me off that he'd come in here and he's trying to suck up so much to, what's his prick's name? Oakley. That he was pretending he was new and trying to learn from him, but he's been around for fucking ages. He's built a channel that he's got because he is such an arse licker, and he tries to team up with all of the more well-known ones. For some reason, the flat Earth TikTok community think he's good, and he's been around for ages. He acts like King Flurf on TikTok. He's coming. I'm just new and I'm just learning. It's fucking bullshit because he's just trying to be everybody's mate. Let's jump back here. Cleavage K. Let's send Jack Fetter down to Mexico to find a flat Earth gal. If anyone can find the edge, it's him. Yeah. What's it? He wants a flat Earth bird, does he, Jack? I know a few. Maybe I can hook him up. There's one called Rhonda, and I think that's it.
And then invited you to lie on other shows with. That's not being you bullshitter.
Nathan, I've been a flat earther for 2.5 years.
You're not new, you're a bullshitter. You don't seem to be getting it.
Okay, wait. So 2.5 years being a flat earther, that's not a new flat earther.
Right. Yes, sir. It's absolutely a new car. Straight off.
Oh, by the way, because I haven't, I always did one. On the podcast, when I do the podcast, I always have one of these. This week on the podcast, it was Flatzoid. But I think for the benefits of this stream tonight, we have to have one. And one, when I say one, I mean this. And it is going to be Angels of Light. Congratulations, Angels of Light. You are the... While we're on the topic here, Billionaire Jim is back. Come on, Jack Fetter. Let's head south of the border and show them how it's done. There's a Mexico trip in the future for the J's. Not Double J. Where's he lately anyway? Old Dubs, I ain't seen him.
The 2.5 years of use that it's had.
So I am a new flat earther then?
No. In the same way that a 2.5-year-old car's not new, you're not a new flat earther. What you are, for the 12th time, is a bullshitter.
And I admit it, I probably shouldn't have made a positive claim about what the edge of a known world is.
You hear that, Dave? The guy you didn't vet knew in his own confession 2.5 years old. Definitely a late model. Yeah, he probably shouldn't have...
I'm surprised that Oakley must drive around. For the income he makes on it, I bet he's got about a 20-year-old car.
Bullshitted with you, Dave. He's now admitting it on my show. I mean, I don't know if Dave Weiss is going to do anything about this. Maybe make a retraction. You know, maybe go back to the videographer that he had this bullshitter on with him that maybe shouldn't have been bullshitting. Now he's on a different show. Is Dave Weiss going to deal with this? Or is it just us that has to deal with Dave Scheister's shite when the mistakes that get...
Dave Scheiss?
by us pointing them out to stuttery, interruptory boys.
Interruptory?
Who eventually admit
that well-known word.
Same thing they've been called out and admitted to immediately. Eventually they get round to admitting it again, like he just has. Yeah, this is a major problem for Weiss. You're just a new, actually 2.5 year old in the subject, flat earther, on a show with Weiss talking crap. Something we've already got an issue with Weiss for, Angels. Yeah, we've already got, plenty of issues with Weiss. You're just as bad as him now.
Talking bollocks.
That's the real problem here. I mean, I won't care when you're off the show in an hour.
I got some advice for you.
So
hold on, let me give him some
What's he sniffing around Megan?
advice. Angels, listen, go away and say how here's a good proof for you. We see too far. Go stand next to David Weiss now.
I got way more evidence than that, but okay. So
no, you don't. His main evidence that he always brings up is that a plane needs to dip its nose, or it would fly off into space.
We're having. Are you talking about the PhD interview?
You're missing the point. It's because you're a bullshitter. You're missing the point. You're still trying to, because you think that you're smarter than everyone else, as the usual bullshitter does. You're completely missing the point. Nobody cares what you have to say. Nobody cares if you got the 10 best flat earth proofs in history. You're a bullshitter and a liar, and I don't want you around. Nathan can have you around if he wants. It's his show. I don't want you around me, personally. I don't want you around me or represent me or have nothing to do with me, because you're a liar. It's that simple. It's about character, not about your intelligence or the amount of proofs you have. It's about whether you're a liar or not, and you are a liar.
Yeah, Nathan raised his standard today, buddy, and I'm glad.
Yeah, but when
Nathan never.
Oh my God, nobody's asking you anything. You don't seem to get it. Like when there's other people, right? There's other characters, I'm not going to name any, right? That we have the same sort of discussion with, and then let's say they've wronged Adam as he's not here, and he can't defend himself, as it should be, right? But then when there's people that have wronged Adam, and then he's looked to me to side with him, and I've gone, yeah, I side with you implicitly, and then welcome that person back on the show the following day, and I was like, what the hell? This person should be obliterated. And you're like, no. Everybody's welcome back the following day. There's about half a dozen examples. I can probably count on one hand how many people are actually sincerely banned from the show. And you've got to do something pretty egregious. Like Brenda, suggesting that I should have my kids removed from me by social services. That'll get you permaban.
Brenda's name's popping up all over the fucking shop this evening.
Yeah. But you've got to go to those sort of extents. The rest of it's just bravado on my part. Yeah? Like the following day, if you're back, that's how it is. That's how it's always been for 10 years. So that means that I am often in a really weird position where someone's saying, you agree with me? Yeah, outrageous behaviour. Well, then why haven't you banned him? Oh, no one gets banned. They're all welcome back the following day.
You don't ban anyone because, the only way you make even a tiny bit of cash is by arguing with people.
Yeah, but these are the things.
Warmly welcome back.
Warmly, yeah.
These are the
because you have no personality to do it any other way.
These are the things that come back to bite you and haunt you. Someone like Angels of Light, as I said, it doesn't matter how smart someone is or how many proofs they have. If they're
Brian's logic is the most Irish man I've ever heard.
a liar, they're a liar and they should not be around you or representing you.
Okay.
So anyone who hears his voice on this show, anyone who hears his voice on this show, whether it be from Discord or elsewhere, from here on in, as far as they're concerned, especially as he's going to be pretending he's on the flat earth side, as far as they're concerned, he represents us. That means you'll be represented by a liar.
Yeah. And
no, not really. Hold on. He's going to be, if he comes here, he's going to have about 10 pairs of eyes just staring at him.
Exactly.
That's on him.
Exactly. If you want to sit in the bar where everybody stares at you and hates you, that's on you. You can still walk in. It's a public bar. That's the point. That's the format. Now, sometimes I get it. People don't like it, especially people who get to be friends with me. They hate it especially. Sometimes they'll fall out with me over it. I've had that happen multiple times. Unfortunately, that is the format. But ask me if...
No one ever falls out with you because nobody likes you. Everybody thinks you're a cunt, either openly or secretly.
Ranty.
Me, openly.
Jose,
No,
Jeran, ask me if they can
off.
enter this bar. The answer's yes. Yeah, the door's still open. There's no barman at the door. Doorman at the front door saying, nah, your name's not Jack, you cannot come in, I'm sorry. There's no doorman.
Yeah, but if you're looking for a better clientele, you're looking for an honest clientele, then why would you allow bullshitters in? On the Globe side, I understand it up to a point, but on our own side, just for me, it makes absolutely no sense. Because you're representing us when you're allowing them on the show. Hey,
Like with any publican, you have the right to refuse service, don't you? That's all you've got, though. It's still a public bar. I have the right to refuse service. I can always exercise that right. Go ahead, chocolate.
Well, that'd be the most exercise you've ever had. By exercising that right, sitting there with your moves.
No, just saying good morning.
Morning.
This is my best
But you enjoy the taste of my salty nuts as I teabag you.
One that I never understood was this one. Not this one.
How dare you?
This one.
Table manners? You are all scum!
Table manners? The fuck?
Table manners? You are all scum!
This is what he always says when he doesn't want to talk about this thing anymore. Quickly wants to pivot.
So maybe change the subject. I love it.
We're not in a bar, though, Nathan. We're not in a bar. So,
okay.
Metaphor.
Try to tie us to. 1 second. Sorry, it's very quickly. Try to tie us to the rules. The rules of some publican means absolutely nothing. If you're going to allow him to be coming in, representing flat out on your show to your audience when he's a known liar and a fraud that you cannot trust, then I don't know. I hold no hope for you.
I'm not letting him do those things. Those are the things he does, and we can challenge him if he's here in the bar. We can do those. We can challenge those things. If we bar people, all of them, right? These same people would claim we're in an echo chamber. It's like, really? You can walk in at any time? It's like, yeah, but you can control the bar. It's like, of course I can. It's my bar. You're just saying I'm not allowed to keep control of my bar when people start throwing pool cues around. No.
Yeah, but you wouldn't do nothing about it, would you, Nathan? Because you're an absolute pussy. If you did have a bar and if anyone was in it doing anything, you'd cower in the corner and chuck your wife's sex toys at them.
They'll get their arm behind their back and they'll be tossed out. Of course, I can control my bar. Now, that's a metaphor. Yes, I can shut down your line if you get so triggered that you can gas go down, go boom, boom, my friend. Cannot shut your mouth while I tell you off for doing something naughty. Does that mean that I'm not going to let you back in the following day because you got told off? No, I'll still let them back in the
Colonel, this is the very person.
Following day. The door is still open. Now, I get you're saying you don't have to obey those rules. Those are arbitrary. I made the rules.
Now, see, if Angel's smart, he would keep coming in every day. Just hold, take chastisement, because you're going to get educated here or on Quantum Eraser's show. But my advice to you would be, I don't care who they are. You don't shake hands with them when you know that they are scammers. We've been dealing with Weiss, Jeran, and Whitsitt for the longest time. So to sit down with any one of them and not be there to withstand them to the face, then you got no business being here.
Right, there's a distinct difference between this now with Brian, because this is going to be maybe a little bit harsher dagger, right? I'll use Neil as an example because he's had this. When he's got here and gone, I'm disappointed in everybody, where is everybody? And I've gone, even you, Neil, are not obliged to be here. If you didn't turn up, and I shrugged my shoulders, I'm not on camera, but imagine I've just shrugged my shoulders, right? That's the reality of it. It works both ways. That is to say, as much as, now Brian's a different example, because literally I've had phone calls with Brian laughing about some of the flat earth arguments, but it's when I'm off the clock. That is to say, I've like stepped out of a home ed class to have a chat with Brian and have a laugh at the ballers. Now that's me enjoying my personal time with a friend, as opposed to what I'm saying to Neil now when I go, you're not obliged to be here. You don't have to be here. So while the door is open to our opponents, and it's like, well, if you align with the rumpus because he's here telling you that the world's a ball, no, don't align with the rumpus. Is the door open to him? Well, actually, rumpus, no, it isn't. He's one on the half a dozen people that's banned because his lies became so egregious that he was saying, you do, you do, you don't, you don't, you do, you do, in the same breath.
Angels of Shite seems to have fucked off of this stream. It looks like he's gone. Yeah. I'm going to go now because there's nothing else. I've got other things I could click on, but I was trying to limit my streams to maximum 2 hours, unless something massively exciting happens, like someone starts calling someone a chippy mid-sex or something like that. I'm going to play us out with my favourite song of the time, the Twat Side song. So cheers everybody for the super chats. Thank you for the support. 2 nights running. This has been very good. Jim Daniels has just gifted 20 memberships. There's few members now on here, so I will be doing members only content. I did one the other day, at least one a week, members only video for those members. So thank Big JD there, Billionaire Jim, for those memberships if you just got one. And I'm going to close this down with a song. CK, come up and sing. No, I'm just joking. It's the Twat Side song. Adios. See you next time. Probably be back Sunday. Sunday, by the way, I was thinking of doing something. I don't know if this Flat Earth stuff's happened. I'll do Flat Earth. But I was going to break down Most Haunted, a TV show that I want to point and laugh at because it's so ridiculously fake and stupid. And people have been requesting that I do it since I hinted that I would. So I might do that on Sunday. But see how it goes. See you later. Adios for now. Cheers.
Twatoid, an absolute master at the awkward fake smile. His eyes don't betray the pain he feels at his lack of self-awareness. Twatoid, a South African, the Southern Cross's compass. Thinks he knows the earth is flat, yet doesn't know where the South Pole is. And he cries like a bitch on his live stream. 7 people watch on YouTube while he blubbers about how he wanked to porn, and he confesses